And welcome back, everyone, to Ferris State basketball coverage. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you from courtside here at Wink Arena. Both teams back in the locker room. Ferris State comes in averaging 81.3 points per game. Lewis University at 75.5 points per contest. As we take a look at the big video boards with the statistics graphics here inside Wink Arena. Ferris State shooting 49% overall from the floor, and the Flyers at 44%. So two pretty even teams, two teams that like to get out, push the basketball, and score some points here coming into this matchup tonight.
Yeah, I think one of the edges when we look at that board is Bulldogs at almost 40% from outside the three-point line. Conversely, the free throw numbers definitely favoring Lewis early in the season. But, if you're the Bulldogs, you certainly like that 39% from outside the three-point line. And obviously, Bulldogs known for being able to shoot the trifecta pretty well. And hopefully that trend continues.
Of course, Ferris State, speaking of the three-point ball, the Bulldogs tonight will honor Ethan Erickson, who became the all-time leader in career-made three-point field goals here this past weekend. So he had tied the record in Texas in the Bulldogs' first trip to open the year a couple weeks ago, and then broke the record this past weekend, breaking the record of Carlton Epps, who, of course, was part of some great Bulldog teams when he finished his Ferris State career back in 2005.
He was, and it's ironic because Carlton Epps and Corey Epps were up here last year for one of those reunion games that Coach Bronx likes to have. And, Carlton, we obviously had a chance to see him up close, and, boy, what a prolific shooter he was. And then you see what Ethan's been able to do just to really master that three-point shot and make himself such a weapon right there. A huge accomplishment there for him.
He will lead the Bulldogs out of the locker room as we speak, as we hear from the Ferris State Pep Band in Wink Arena for the first time this year, as the Bulldogs take the floor in the white home uniforms with the red numerals and the gold trim here tonight, and a chance for some of the fans that maybe were tied up with volleyball, hockey, some of the other events that took place alongside Bulldog basketball this past weekend. Some of those fans maybe having a chance to come in to Wink Arena tonight. It is kids' night. All kids get in free, so if you're tuned in here in the city of Big Rapids, be sure to stop on out to watch some great college basketball action.
And it looks like some kids are taking Ferris State up on that offer here. Got a few kids that have worked their way in here, and so great opportunity for some of the fans to really check out the Bulldogs in a game that really matters. I mean, this is an important game, and you don't necessarily think of games being important this early or this important this early, but this one certainly is. The two head coaches meet near midcourt.
I know we talked about it earlier, but nice to see this series really continue. This is a game that's been played for a long time, dating back to when Bill Saw was the head coach at Ferris State and developed a relationship with Scott Trost at Lewis, and those two have kind of carried it over. Now Coach Bronkema with Scott Trost carrying this series over here for many years.
Well, Coach Trost, I mean, he, like Coach Bronkema and Coach Saw, they embrace tough competition. And again, I was looking at their schedule, and they play some really tough non-conference games. And, the thing about this region is that you can play some tough competition, and you actually don't have to travel that far. And so I think that's something that really rings very well for a lot of these coaches to be able to play tough competition. When you get these kind of rivalries going where you see that team and you get familiar and you know that you're all testing each other, it really means a lot to these programs.
Ferris State and Lewis University here tonight as we sit courtside at Wink Arena for Ferris State basketball action. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you. And Sandy, some keys here for the Bulldogs to find a way to get a win here to move to 4-1 on the year.
Yeah, when you look at the statistics and you see that Lewis is not necessarily shooting the three as well as maybe they have in some other years, you know that that's a team that's going to really work to get that ball inside. They're going to work to score in transition, and so it's going to be important for the Bulldogs to be able to defend the paint and to get back on defense to make sure that they do not surrender easy baskets. The Bulldogs know that that's going to be really important. Lewis is a team that does not turn the ball over a ton. Bulldogs have actually been not too bad at times, but Lewis is a team that does not turn the ball over, so they're going to protect the ball well. So the Bulldogs have to find a way to get them out of their rhythm. Usually when you see a team with low turnovers, that means they do a good job of staying in their tempo. So the Bulldogs want to make sure that they force the tempo that they want without getting out of control. And so those are some things I think that are going to be important. Bulldogs would like to get also, I think, Nate Clairbaugh established pretty early in this game. I think he's going to have a height edge in this game, and if he can take advantage of that, that could be huge for Ferris State.
Ferris State shaking hands with the officials right now. Veteran crew here led by Brett Wojcinki, Mike Kavalich, another veteran official in the GLIAC, and then maybe a newer GLIAC official, but Brandon Burrell, a guy that has some ties to Ferris State. His brother Willie Burrell, a former Bulldog that actually played alongside Carlton and Corey Epps that we referenced earlier.
He did, and I think he's going to be one of those guys in the future. Brandon is the guy Brandon Burrell's the guy that's gotten a really good reputation early, and I think he's going to be one of those guys we're going to be talking about years from now, that he's one of those veteran officials. Seems like a good one already.
He may be one of those guys that years from now won't be in the GLIAC. He'll be working higher levels of competition here in college basketball.
Yeah, we might be watching him on TV.
We'll take a 2-minute timeout as the national anthem is played. This has been the Johnson Automotive Pregame Show. We'll be back with the opening tip after this timeout right here on Sunny 97.3.
Major Dutch Allen Schaefer is being hunted by who he cannot see, by what he does not know, but something is out there, and it's coming for him.
We must get out of here. But my car, flat tires, and someone fried my starter, and I know my AC doesn't work.
With their team of Napa-certified technicians, Johnson's Automotive kept their cool under pressure to get Dutch back on the road.
Now I can get out of here. Get out of here. Get to the chopper.
Johnson's Automotive, now showing off Northland Drive in Big Rapids, and always online at johnsonsautobr.com.
Bigger than any box score, local sports are a victory for the entire community. Building up leaders, breaking down barriers, connecting generations, teaching integrity, blazing a trail, sparking our economy. That's why Meijer sponsors hundreds of local sports teams throughout the Midwest. From Little League to the big leagues, uniforms to stadiums, Meijer knows when we support the home team, we all win.
Why is Simply Computers the area's favorite place to get their computers repaired? The answer is quite simple. Jason the Answer Man.
Hi.
Jason has been maintaining and repairing computers of all shapes, makes, and sizes for over 16 years, and he knows what makes them tick.
Bad fan.
Bad fan.
Or a dirty fan.
Dirty fan.
Well, either one could make them tick.
There you go, folks. Jason the Answer Man at Simply Computers in action right before your very ears.
Ta-da!
Simply Computers, the trusted name in computer repair. 120 South Michigan, Suite 4 in downtown Big Rapids, open Monday through Fridays, 10 a.m. till 6 p.m.
Let's just try not to embarrass ourselves and everything will be fine.
Is that a Pepsi Vanilla?
Oh, no, please not here, not now.
Oh, too late. Steve, it's flavor time, baby, and we're coming to you live with the smoothest cat in the city, Pepsi Vanilla.
No, it's not flavor time.
With a flavor so rich and a taste so smooth. It's delicious. It's refreshing.
Dude, seriously, does this always have to happen when you drink Pepsi Vanilla?
Ooh, yeah, baby.
Pepsi Vanilla, now available in 0 sugar. That's what I like.
You're listening to the voice of the Ferris State Bulldogs, Sunny 97.3 WDEE FM, Reed City, Big Rapids, Cadillac.
And welcome back, everyone, to Bulldog basketball action. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you from courtside here in Wake Arena tonight. Ethan Erickson honored just before the national anthem took place. Got a round of applause from the Bulldog fans, not only becoming the all-time leader in three-point field goals, also scored his 1,000th career point here to start the season. As he was honored here, the starter's going to be introduced here for Lewis University, wearing the black tonight with the white numerals and the red trim here on the road as they take on the Bulldogs. Of course, Lewis, a member of the Great Lakes Valley Conference, and as you mentioned earlier, Sandy has been one of the better teams in the region here for many years. Traditionally have seen them make the NCAA tournament more often than not.
Yeah, they've certainly been one of the standard bearers for the Great Lakes Valley Conference, and you expect to see them at or near the top of not only that conference but the regional rankings as the lights fall and the hype video for the pregame introductions begins to play. But I want to go back to Ethan Erickson, Rob, because we don't want to undersell the greatness of what he has accomplished this far in his career, and he still has a lot of basketball left to be played. To break that record with still a lot of senior season left, it really says a lot about what he's been able to do, 1,000 career points, and he's putting himself up there with some of the greats that we've had. And we know the great Ferris State tradition. You walk in the entrances to this building and you see that tradition on display, and Ethan Erickson getting ready to put his name up amongst those.
The starter is going to be introduced here for the Bulldogs as the lights go out here inside Jim Wink Arena, and the starters come out here for the Bulldogs. Ethan Erickson going to start in the backcourt along with Jimmy Scholler, Dang Rang, Reese Hazelton, and Nate Clairbout will be the starters here for the Bulldogs at home tonight. Ferris State, big regional game tonight. They'll be on the road Saturday night down at McKendree in Lebanon, Illinois, as they play another huge regional matchup before they come back home next week. Big matchup next week as well that we'll hopefully have here on the radio dial against Findlay on November 23rd. That, of course, is provided that Ferris State football gets the first round bye. A lot will depend on what happens this weekend.
A lot will depend on what happens. Hopefully the Bulldogs will take care of business and the seeding will hold in football, and the Bulldogs will get that bye week that is I know the basketball coaches, for more than one reason, would love to see the Bulldogs get that bye week, and that would certainly open the door for really putting two great basketball games on a big stage there that Saturday.
Of course, that is November 23rd. You can keep up with all the action at FerrisStateBulldogs.com. Bulldogs have a couple big matchups before we get to that Findlay game. Of course, the same day the women will be hosting Ashland University in what is a rematch of last year's regional semifinal. Ashland, a top 5 team in the country again. The Ferris State women saw them practicing before this men's game tonight, and they're coming off a great road trip to Missouri, a couple wins, including one over a regional power in Drury University.
You know, we talked about this game as one of those great traditional non-conference games. Bulldog men have another one with Findlay, and the women kind of have one, with Ashland. And so it's really great to see those kinds of games where great teams want to play each other as we get ready to tip this one off. Speaking of great teams playing each other.
Nate Clairbout to tip it off here for Ferris State against Ryan Renfro. Opening tip one here by Ferris State as Clairbout batted it a couple times, and the Bulldogs will set it up. Left side of the floor with it is Erickson, picked up defensively by Gibson. Erickson with it back near side to Jimmy Scholler, down low to Nate. Clairbout on the block, working right at Renfro, takes it back in, and this one just rolls off the backside and rebounded defensively for Lewis by Vanderheit. Top side with it, Renfro fakes the give. Looking over on the handoff on the right side to Stroud. Stroud kicks it back out front. They thought about the shot. Now taking it inside is Renfro. He dumps it off underneath here as the shot clock is winding. They try to lean into the contact, and the shot off target for Stroud. And out of play, it'll be Ferris State basketball.
So both teams trying to get that ball inside. Bulldogs did a pretty good job of defending, forcing kind of an awkward fade away from the baseline here as they'll get their second crack at it at the offensive end.
Jimmy Scholler with it now, right side corner here to Erickson. The Bulldogs senior puts it on the deck, drives baseline, draws the double, feeds it off underneath to Dang Rang, and he powers it up and in.
Boy, nice pass along the baseline there as Ethan drove baseline and slipped that pass into Dang Rang.
Gibson with it here at the point, top side with it now to Vanderheit. Gibson back near side, now Vanderheit looking here on the handoff to Stroud. Stroud has it into the lane against Dang Rang, takes it hard but not able to finish. Rebounded though inside by Renfro. His putback is off target, but he got it back, missed again here, and the ball still loose and finally picked up by Nate Clairbout.
Well, I tell you what, having a 7-footer in there, he bothers shots even when he doesn't actually block. Near steal here by Lewis. Bulldogs will keep it.
So out of play here as the Flyers come help one of their teammates out. Lewis University missed a couple opportunities as Renfro could not find the bottom of the basket here on a couple misses.
Kind of an interesting start right here. Two teams really getting after it here early.
Ferris State with it as Jimmy Scholler will orchestrate. Now right side of the floor to Dang Rang. The band trying to get the FSU chant going here tonight as Erickson works it off the deck. He lost the handle on it and picked up here defensively by Lewis as they applied the good pressure here on Erickson. Gibson handling here to the right side of the floor, back near side on the skip. Stroud from the corner, ball well short, but rebounded by Renfro. He's blocked away by the Bulldogs. And Ferris State with the defensive rebound. Scholler takes it all the way and scores here for Ferris State.
Well, you can see on this defensive end, Rob, they laid off that outside shot from Lewis. We mentioned earlier, Lewis shooting about 20% from outside the three-point line. Bulldogs conceding that shot.
Ferris State here as the Bulldogs came up with a big block here on the offensive end. Handing it off on the near side. Lewis here, and another rejection. Going up to shoot was Paxton Warden, and he was rejected this time by Clairbout.
This rate, Nate could be registering a lot of blocks right there. They keep trying to challenge the 7-footer.
So Lewis will keep it here as they will inbound here along the baseline. Back right side with it is Gibson, looking inside here for the Flyers. Shot clock at 7. Top side back to Stroud. Stroud drives left side against Hazelton, and he's blocked as the Bulldogs are having a block party right now. Dang Rang the other way, takes it up and scores for the Bulldogs.
Boy, strong move inside. Rob mentioned it, not too cold to have a block party.
6-0 Bulldogs here almost 3 minutes in tonight. You're in tune to all the action here on Flow Sports and the Bulldogs Sports Network. Gibson will set it up here for the Flyers. Stroud with it down low. Renfro squares up. Now trying to back his way down. The Bulldogs coming on the double again. They move it quickly. A three from the far side corner by Vanderheit. Off target, and Reese Hazelton with the defensive rebound here for Ferris State. Up the floor. Dang Rang from the corner. Not able to get this one to drop. And Gibson with the rebound wants to lead the break. Gibson being chased here. Lost the handle, but able to track it back down. No, he turned it over.
Ran out of real estate down there on the baseline as he had that ball flicked away, tried to get it back. Bulldogs quickly to the bench. A couple of subs coming in.
Michael Bingham going to come on here for Ferris State along with Tyler Hamilton. Good energy from Dang Rang and Jimmy Scholler as they check out the playing rotation here for the Bulldogs.
This team has been tough defensively against the Flyers. Right now, Lewis 0 for 9 from the floor, 0 for 2 from outside the long line.
16:30 to play here in the first half. 6-0 here as Erickson sets it up back to Hazelton. A three from Reese from the left wing is up and good.
Yeah, just a little two-man game out there. They have to obviously respect Ethan Erickson. That leaves Reese Hazelton, and Reese says, I can knock that one down too. 9-zip Bulldogs.
Ferris State, an electric start here tonight in front of the home fans, playing some great basketball here early as Gibson will dribble it to the near side. A handoff here to the left wing. Vanderheit trying to work his way into the lane and rejected again by Claremont. The Bulldogs with a defensive rebound. Bingham leading the charge back up the floor to Hamilton. Now Reese Hazelton with it. Back right side here to Hamilton. Hamilton doubled out front. Able to keep his dribble alive. Now spins it over to Erickson. Erickson wants to launch the three. This one off target here for Ethan and out of play. It'll be Lewis basketball. That'll lead us to a media timeout. 15:43 to play in the first half. 9-0 Bulldogs. We'll be back in 60 seconds right here on the voice of the Bulldogs, Sunny 97.3.
Whether it's a deer, an oopsie, or another driver, JR Customs and Collision has you covered. No matter what the damage, JR Customs and Collision of Big Rapids can bring your vehicle back to showroom condition. Doesn't matter whether it's sheet metal, fiberglass, or aluminum, they have the right technology and the years of experience to transform that broken, twisted mess back into the vehicle you adore. JR Customs and Collision, friendly and knowledgeable with years and years of experience and satisfied customers. JR Customs and Collision, 19100 Northland Drive, Big Rapids. Find them on Facebook or go to their website, jrcustomsandcollision.com.
And welcome back, everyone, to Bulldog basketball coverage. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you from courtside here at Wake Arena. We've played 4 minutes, and the Bulldogs have scored 9 points. 9-0 start here tonight at home for Ferris State over Lewis University.
Yeah, Bulldogs off to a good start, really getting it done at the defensive end as the Bulldogs already have 4 blocked shots here. We're not even 5 minutes into the game, and Bulldogs definitely getting it done at the defensive end.
Ferris State, same 5 out there with Hamilton and Bingham to go along with Erickson, Claremont, and Hazelton. Lewis still with its starting 5 intact on the floor as they try to get onto the scoreboard here for the first time tonight. Gibson will set it up on the right side here for the Lewis Flyers, a senior out of Evanston, Illinois. Back to Vanderheit here on the right side of the arc. Now left side of the floor. With it here is Warden. They go down low to Renfro. Renfro this time got the shot up. Not able to get it to go, but the putback is up and in.
Yeah, great job right there, crashing the boards. You knew Lewis was going to come out with a good play drawn up to try to get that first basket. And as it happens, they got it on the extra effort.
It was Stroud that got credit for the putback here for the Flyers. 9-2 score. Here is Hamilton, fires the three from the left side. Not able to get this one to fall. And the rebound here by the Flyers as they try to cut in to this Ferris State lead. Big thanks to Pepsi and Gatorade for their support of the Bulldogs. Gibson from downtown off target, and Bingham able to rip home the rebound here for Ferris State. As the Bulldogs put it in the hands of Bingham. Near side, Hazelton from downtown. This one in and out here for the Bulldogs, and rebounded by Lewis as the Flyers trail by 7 here with 14:40 to play in the first half. Gibson trying to back down. Erickson has the size edge. The Bulldogs come on the double. He kicks it away on the backside to Stroud. He could not get it to go, and Hamilton able to run down the rebound and is fouled by Stroud here as he tried to work it back up the floor.
You can see again the Bulldogs conceding that outside shot to Lewis, and right now they're having a hard time hitting it, and Bulldogs continuing with that 9-2 lead as the defense continues to play well. Lewis really struggling, just 1 of 14 so far from the floor.
Ferris State going to the bench here as Donovan Brown-Boyd will come on. Kenny Turner will check on as well here for Ferris State, as the Bulldogs continue their traditional rotation patterns here in the early going. 14:20 to play in the first half. Erickson off the screen, pulls up at the free throw line, and the shot is up and good.
Yeah, nice job there by Ethan, kind of shrugged off a little bit of contact right there and able to take a rhythm dribble, knock down that jumper.
Warden trying to draw the foul, did not get it here as he hit the deck. He's back up and on his feet. Gibson drives right side, cut off on the help. Back top side here as they dump it off. An attack here to the rim and a foul. Going to be whistled here against Ferris State, as this one will be called against Kenny Turner. That'll be his first here for Ferris State.
Bulldogs felt like Kenny Turner was sliding but had his hand straight up in the air. And Andy pleading his case to one of the veteran officials that we see all season.
This will put Jem Kierseyman at the stripe here for Lewis University, and his first free throw is no good as he could not get that one to drop. One of the substitutions here for Lewis University, Anthony Sidner, comes in, a 6'2 freshman out of Muskegon. Of course, started his career with the Bulldogs a year ago.
See his family over there right across from the Lewis bench on the opposite side of the floor.
Second opportunity here is on the way and good for Kierseyman, as that'll trim the Ferris State lead here to 11-3. As the Bulldogs will set it up. Brown-Boyd, deep three here on the way, off target. And the rebound pulled away here by Lewis as Gibson kicks it. Sidnauer with it here for the Flyers, trying to work his way inside, takes it up and not able to get it to fall. Put back no good here as well, and the Bulldogs with the defensive rebound.
Missed opportunity right there for Lewis. Great offensive rebound, but couldn't make Bulldogs pay.
Here comes Erickson on the handoff to Turner. He draws the double, kicks it away to Hamilton. Baseline jumper is on the way and up and good.
Good work right there, moving the ball, and Hamilton finding his rhythm shot there off the baseline.
10-point edge here for Ferris State, as Gibson will set it up to the right side here for the Flyers. They look back near side. With it here is Worden, as he kicks it back out to Vanderheit. Vanderheit looking for Sidnauer here on the right side of the circle. He drives right side, tries to get it up, and does, and draws the foul here for Lewis University.
Great take there by Anthony Sidnor Jr. getting inside and getting the hoop in the arm. Family across the court liking that one.
So Bingham will be charged with the foul here for Ferris State. That'll be the first on Kell. Here is Sidnauer will be at the line here for Lewis University. Of course, the son of a former Ferris State player, and Anthony Sidnauer as well by the same name. His free throw to complete the three-point play is on the way and good.
Big three-point play right there. Trying to cut into that Bulldog lead here as they're putting the pressure on Hamilton right there. A lot of body, no call.
Here comes Hamilton up the floor. They will get Sidnauer here. I'm not sure he likes the call here, but got to be whistled here, and that'll be his first here, and the second team foul against Lewis, with Ferris State in front 13-6. So it'll be Ferris State basketball here on the sideline right next to the Flyer bench as Brown-Boyd will inbound. Able to get it into Tyler Hamilton. Tyler with it over to Ethan. Erickson with it. High post to Bingham. Trying to back down Gibson. Kell leans in. Tough shot here. Rattles away. And rebounded by Gibson. As Gibson wants to push here for the Flyers. Now topside three on the way for Warden. Not able to get this one to drop. And Bingham able to grab the board. His third of the night. Up the floor. Brown-Boyd attacking. Spins here inside. Leans in and draws the foul. And he'll get a chance to shoot a couple free throws here for the Bulldogs on the foul against Vanderheit.
Yeah, Donovan Brown-Boyd really taking it to the defense, kind of putting it on the officials to make a call there as he kind of forced the issue there a little bit inside and gets rewarded with a trip to the free throw line.
So Brown-Boyd, the transfer from Mount Aquinas, will be at the line here for Ferris State. His first free throw is up and good as Jackson Whitaker, the Bulldog freshman, will come on, replacing Ethan Erickson as he steps on for the first time here tonight.
Jackson Whitaker, outstanding shooter coming into this Bulldog program, and he has certainly earned some minutes here early in his career.
Brown-Boyd able to knock down the two free throws, and the Bulldogs are in front by 9 here as they put the pressure on here in the full court defensive set. Little 2-2-1 look here for Ferris State as Sidnauer will handle it, and Ferris State will back it away here into the man-to-man. Kierseman with it here on the right side of the floor to Warden. Now they go back to Kierseman, and his reverse lay-in is up and good.
A quick move along the baseline. Help not able to get there in time.
So the Bulldogs push quickly here and could not hold on as Ferris State turns the ball over. Hamilton was trying to find Kenny Turner and kind of ran out of space over there on that far sideline.
Yeah, it's just tough right there. Just couldn't quite hang on to that basketball as it falls out of bounds. 15-8 the Bulldogs lead. As you can see Lewis now trying to reach double digits here on this drive.
Flyers will set it up to the right side. They move it back to Kierseman on the baseline, trying to back down against Turner. Lost the ball, got it back, feeds it off underneath, and Vanderheit puts it up and in here as the Flyers have cut into this Ferris State lead with 11:47 to go in the first half. 15-10 our score, and it looks like this will become our media timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This is Bulldog basketball right here on Sunny 97.3 and Flow Sports.
We have some unusual technology, unlike anything else in the world. It doesn't wear out or become outdated in a few months or even a few years. Learning curve on how to use it and fully enjoy it? None. Rather than become outdated, it's timeless. Rather than become obsolete as the years go by, it becomes one of life's most treasured possessions. What is this unusual technology? It's a diamond. I'm Susan from Rogers Jewelers. Come see what our rock scientists have for you and the ones you love.
Grunst Brothers. No doubt you've heard of them. They opened up in 1946, and they're still owned and operated by second and third generation family. And that's how they feel about this community. They're family, and they want to say thanks for keeping them in business for over 75 years. Grunst Brothers has the largest selection of liquor, beer, and wine, along with all your tailgating and party needs, plus 20 flavors of grab-and-go hand-dipped ice cream. They've even got those hard-to-find seasonal beers, too. Grunst Brothers, a proud supporter of the Big Rapids community and Ferris State Athletics, located on North State Street in Big Rapids.
Welcome back, everyone, to Bulldog basketball coverage. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you from courtside. 15-10, the Bulldog lead has been cut to 5 here inside of the 12-minute mark to go in the first half of play.
And slowly, Lewis has started to pick it up here as they're now up to 4 of 20, so 20%. But from where they were, that's been a good jump for them. And conversely, the Bulldogs have cooled off just slightly, but still shooting 6 of 13 overall from the floor.
Coming on will be Destin Logan here for Lewis University as he defends here on the near side. Whitaker has it on the wing, looking down low for Turner. The big man squares up here on the baseline, now trying to back his way down. They're looking for the double, and traveling going to be called here as the Bulldogs will turn it over for just the second time here in this first half of play.
Yeah, some physical play right there as Kenny Turner was trying to jump stop on that move, and it's called for the travel.
Bulldogs will come back on with Nate Clairbout. Deng Rang back on as well here with 11:30 to play in this first half, and still holding on to a 5-point lead here on the Flyers. Big thanks to Meyer for all their support of Ferris State Athletics, along with Buffalo Wild Wings and Three Girls Bakery. Logan handling here across the midcourt stripe, picked up by Brown Boyd here in the man-to-man set. Sidenauer with it here on the left side of the arc here for the Flyers. Down low, Kierseman driving baseline, kicks it away on the backside. Brown Boyd right there on the catch here for Ferris State. 10 on the shot clock for Gibson. He spins to the hole and draws another foul. This will be the third team foul coming up here on Ferris State, as this one charged Donovan Brown Boyd here for the Bulldogs.
Looks like Brown Boyd got called. A little bit of a reach there off of that spin move, and it's going to get Lewis to the free throw line.
So it will be Jalen Gibson at the stripe here. The senior here for the Flyers puts the first one up and in here as he cuts the lead to 4. Mentioned Sidenauer, of course, a Muskegon product, played for a former Bulldog and Keith Guy. Of course, his dad, one of those guys that was part of that Muskegon Heights pipeline when he played Ferris State almost 20 years ago.
Yeah, that was hard. Almost 20 years ago. Where do the years go? But really great to see second-generation players. I'm not sure how I feel about it when I was able to watch their dad play, and I had been doing it for a while even then.
Maybe not quite 20 years ago, but it hasn't been that that long ago.
That's not too far off.
Deng Rang with it here on the left side of the floor here for Ferris State. Back to Whitaker. Top side, Brown Boyd from the point for 3 and good.
A great release right there. Good challenge. A little bit late there by Lewis. Great shot knocked down by Brown Boyd.
Up to a 6-point lead here for Ferris State tonight as Gibson handles against Hamilton. Gibson, a bigger point guard here, has some size. Kicks it away to Sidnauer. Sidnauer with it, trying to work on Whitaker. Lost his footing. The Bulldogs did not get the traveling call. Logan has it at the point, now working to the left side. Picked up by Jackson again. Trying to cross over. Free throw line jumper up and good.
That's tough right there. That was a lot of one-on-one, but he was able to use that crossover to finally get free and knock down the jumper. Here's Jackson going to drive.
Whitaker, a nice feed. Back top side. Brown Boyd for three. This time not able to get it to drop. Clairbout with the rebound.
That's going to be on Lewis right there.
And a foul is on the Flyers here.
24 with the undercut move.
So that one will be number 2 on Vanderheit. Looks like Renfro will have to return on the inside here for the Flyers. Clairbout does have a little bit of a size edge here on the Flyer post players here on the inside.
I tell you, Vanderheit is 6'6", but did not look that. Oh, that's a tough break there. Did not look like it, unfortunately, with a 7-footer trying to get the rebound.
Bulldogs turn it over here on the inbounds play as Brown Boyd lost the handle on it for the third turnover here of this first half with 10:05 to go. Last foul called by Brandon Burrell. He's another one of those Muskegon Heights guys.
Oh, yeah, Muskegon Heights coming right after his older brother, Willie Burrell.
Free throw line jumper on the way, up and good here for Jalen Gibson coming off the screen, and that makes it a 2-point ball game after a 9-0 stat for Ferris State. The Flyers have pulled back within 2 here at 18-16. Near sideline with 9:40 to play in the first half is Dangarang. Back to Whitaker, left side Hamilton, down low to Clairbout. As the Bulldogs have some bodies coming to the table, Clairbout splits the defense and scores.
Great job. Bulldogs, I think as Lewis has made this run, Bulldogs finally got back and said, hey, let's get the ball back inside, try to use that height advantage inside.
First basket here of the night for Nate Clairbout. Here comes Gibson working right at Clairbout. Now it's Logan from the baseline, and that one somehow went in.
Wow, tough shot right there. Pretty good challenge there with the high hand by Donovan Brown Boyd, but not good enough. Is able to knock down a tough shot.
Brown Boyd with it, back topside Whitaker. Whitaker with it on the left side of the arc. Here to Hamilton, down low to Clairbout again. Draws 2 defenders. Back to Brown Boyd, elbow jumper here is long to the backside, but Dangarang with the rebound. Dang's put back blocked here by Stroud inside and rebounded by Lewis as the Flyers push it up the right side. Lewis basketball here as Logan comes off the screen. This jumper up and good again as he connects once more.
Well, they're in a rhythm right now as Logan has been able to come in and hit a couple of big baskets, and they're knotted at 20.
So Ferris State now in need of a basket here offensively. Whitaker from downtown connects on the 3.
He can do that. Maybe the heir apparent to that shooting crown held right now by Ethan Erickson.
Ferris State able to connect here as the Bulldogs take a 23-20 edge here in this first half of action. Gibson with it on the right side, trying to work off the screen again. Dumps it away to Renfro inside. The Bulldogs wanted to walk, did not get it. Stroud drives baseline. Backside corner to Sidnauer, and he lost it as he turned it over. Ripped away, I believe, by Whitaker. And the Bulldogs pick up the foul here on the trip back up the floor as it'll be charged to Logan, and that'll be his first here of the night. We've reached a media timeout. Ferris State in front by 3. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on the Voice of the Bulldogs, Sunny 97.3 and Flow Sports.
Thank you for coming to meet our management team and staff at the all-new Baker Auto Group in Big Rapids.
People all over Mecosta County are saying, wow, this is the place to buy a vehicle.
Drive a brand new GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation 3VL, now just $299 a month. Or drive a brand new 2024 Chevy Silverado 2FL for only $339 a month. Or drive a new 2024 Jeep Compass Limited 4x4 for only $379 a month.
We have 7 different brands and 1 great name. Baker Auto Group of Big Rapids.
Give us a chance to earn your business.
The cold weather months are here, and if your furnace isn't up to the task at hand, give Fulmer & Sons Heating in Big Rapids a call at 796-3403. That's 796-3403. At Fulmer & Sons, they've been helping to find the right heating solutions for nearly 50 years. They proudly feature the Carrier line of products. Turn to the experts, Carrier and Fulmer's. Fulmer & Sons Heating, Cooling, and Fireplaces. See them on Facebook or stop into their showroom at 20928 18 Mile Road in Big Rapids.
Welcome back, everyone, to Bulldog basketball action. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you from here inside Wink Arena tonight. Regional action between the Ferris State Bulldogs and the Lewis Flyers. Been a good one so far, highly contested game, with the Bulldogs leading at 23-20 here in the first half.
Yeah, give Lewis a lot of credit. They've been able to work their way back into the game. They've been able to boost that shooting percentage up just a little bit, and that's allowed them to slowly climb their way back into this game. Actually had it tied at 20 at one point before the Bulldogs were able to go back up by 3. So setting the stage for what should be a good one here all night.
The Bulldogs back on the floor with Jimmy Scholler, Reese Hazelton, Nate Clairbout, Ethan Erickson, and Dang Rang here in this lineup reset here for Ferris State. Erickson looking back door for Dang Rang, attacking hard, and had that one blocked away by Renfro, I believe, who was able to secure it here for Lewis. Bulldogs did not get the foul. Had a nice little set play there for Dang Rang along the baseline. Back right side, Logan has it on a handoff to Warden. Back to Logan here, working off the screen. Wanted the shot, now Renfro has it. Hand off to Sidenauer. He'll launch the three, and it's up and in.
Yeah, they haven't hit a lot of threes this year, but Anthony Sidenauer looking very confident right there, knocking that one down.
He's got 6 here in the first half of play here for the Flyers, as they have tied it up here at 23. Erickson driving baseline here on the right side and trying to kick it to the wing and out of play. It's going to be a turnover here on the Bulldogs.
See the defensive intensity picking up here for Lewis as that pressure on. Bulldogs turn it over deep in the corner right in front of that Lewis bench.
So the Bulldogs and the Flyers here, a chance for Lewis University to take its first lead of the night here on this possession as Logan will set it up. Renfro with it on the handoff, back to Logan. He pulls up from 16 feet. This one short, but a rebound here on the offensive glass. Out to Stroud for 3, and he connects.
Well, all of a sudden they're looking like a good three-point shooting team. Back-to-back triples here for the Flyers as Ethan tries to counter.
And he does here for Ferris State as Scholler found him on the push up the floor, and Ethan able to knock that one home for his first 3 here in the ballgame, and we're squared up at 26.
Big hit there by Ethan after back-to-back triples for Lewis.
Inside of 6.5 minutes to go here in this first half of play. Stroud in the lane, spins on Hazelton, and tough finish here for Rob Stroud.
Yeah, strong move inside, and once that gets that spin, if you're on the wrong foot there, you're going to be off balance and not going to be able to recover defensively.
Scholler has it here on the right side of the floor. Dang Rang with it now back at the point here for the Bulldogs with 17 on the shot clock. Hazelton will give it off to Erickson, and he's fouled here as Logan went for the steal.
Well,
I don't think he liked the call.
Well, let me tell you, that was probably pretty clean, but when you reach across the body like that, it just looks like a foul to the official, especially the official on the backside.
That'll be number 2 on Logan as Michael Bingham will come back on here for Ferris State. Got to replace Dang Rang. The Flyers in front by a 28-26 score here with 6:05 to go in the first half. Bulldogs from the sideline as Jimmy Scholler will set up the offense here. Back right side to Erickson. Looking down low for Reese. Hazelton doubled here and stripped of the ball here as it was taken away by Logan. Logan will reset it here at the point for Lewis. Back to Renfro. Renfro with it. Had to pick it up. Now Sidenauer has it. Here well out front. Got it by Jimmy Scholler here defensively. Not able to work past him. Renfro might have shuffled the feet. Still has it out front with the shot clock at 10. Back right side to Stroud. Stroud from downtown. Wow. This one up and in.
Oh, another triple. Here we go. A team that was struggling shooting the 3. It's gotten well all of a sudden.
Able to knock home a couple threes for Lewis to give the Flyers a 5-point advantage. Bingham attacking near side. Dumps it away to Clairbout. And he jams it home.
Yeah, a nice dump off pass inside. And Big Nate doesn't have to jump much to throw it down.
He gives the Bulldogs an opportunity to trim this down to 3 here at the 5-minute mark to go here in half number 1 as Scott Trost will call out his offensive set here for the Lewis Flyers. Bulldogs showing zone here. 3-2 look. Stroud from downtown. Good.
Boy, he is red hot right now.
Able to knock home 3 threes here in about the last 3 or 4 possessions here for the Flyers. Erickson has it right side, trying to answer from downtown. This one rolls off the rim here. Clairbout and Hazelton battling, and Hazelton comes away with the board and draws the foul.
Yeah, the Bulldogs got to find a way to make them pay inside with that size advantage.
That foul on Stroud will be his second, so that's maybe good news the way he's shot the basketball. He's got 13 here to lead all scorers in the basketball game.
Yeah, Bulldogs would love to see him go to the bench for some kind of an extended period. Stroud 5 of 10 from the floor, 3 of 5 from outside the three-point line.
Hazelton at the stripe, the Bulldog product from Glen Lake, able to knock home the first as the Flyers now coming on with some changes here as they essentially are going to reset the lineup here. They'll leave Sidnauer out there here along with Warden. But back on will come Kierseman, also Gibson back on, and Vanderheit returns to the floor here for Lewis University. 5-point Flyer lead at 34-29. Hazelton with one more opportunity here at the free throw stripe with 4:41 to play here in the first half of action. Second try from Reese is good. Got the friendly roll here at home.
Bulldogs showing a little zone pressure right now.
A 1-2-1-1 set here for Ferris State as the Bulldogs work it with Bingham at the point here in this zone press here for the Bulldogs. They'll back it into the 3-2 here on the defensive end in the zone. Sidnauer with it back topside to Gibson. Now left side corner, driving baseline here. Warden lost it and off the side of the backboard, but they call a reach-in foul, I believe, here on the Bulldogs.
Looks like Michael Bingham going to get that one.
So that'll be number 2 here on Bingham.
Oh, yeah, he did. He did a little bit of a reach there on that drive. So
Bingham picks up his second here for Ferris State, and this will put the Flyers at the line as Warden is at the stripe here for Lewis. And a chance to shoot 2, and the first one is up and good.
It's been a remarkable turnaround from the start we saw early in this game as Bulldogs send a couple fresh bodies into the game as Turner and Hamilton going to check in for Hazelton and Scholler.
Lewis going to the bench as well. Sidnauer will check out, and on will come for Lewis University. It looks like Kel Cosme will come on here for the first time for the Flyers. So another opportunity here for Warden at the stripe. This free throw is up and good. He gives Lewis a 36-30 lead here on Ferris State as the Bulldogs will give it off to Hamilton. Hamilton with it back into the half-court set here for Ferris State. Right side of the floor to Michael Bingham. 4:15 to play here in the first half. Hamilton with it back in front of the Flyer bench. Down low to Turner. Turner squares up on the baseline. Tried to skip it across the floor and intercepted by Gibson as he wants to push. Gibson inside out to Warden. Could not get the 3 to go, and Tyler Hamilton with the long rebound here using the speed for the Bulldogs. Off to Erickson. Erickson still with it here. Back to Hamilton. Might have been fouled. Cosme reaching in. Nice feed underneath the Turner, who puts it up and in.
Boy, strong move on the baseline there by Kenny Turner. Good feed.
Ferris State has cut it to 4 here as we wait for the next media stoppage coming up here very shortly in this first half of play. Bulldogs stick to the zone, and the Flyers might have thrown it away. No, it looks like it was tipped by Bingham. Back left side corner. Here is Cosme. Will set it up for the Flyers. Left wing. 3 from Gibson off target and pulled away by Clairbout on the defensive glass on the backside here for Ferris State. 36-32 as Hamilton has it here for Ferris State. Tyler Hamilton back near side and missed on the pass, and the Bulldogs have turned it over as we reach a media timeout. 3:07 to go here in the first half. 36-32 our score. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on Sunny 97.3.
Looking to have some indoor fun? Then Crankers has the answer for you. Crankers has installed some of the state-of-the-art golf and game simulators. Having a party, special event, reunion, company function, or just looking to go out and have a good time? Crankers has leagues forming now for men's, women's, and couples. So, come out, have a great time, watch the big game, and golf and game at Crankers. Call 231-796-1919 for more information.
Do you have life insurance? Life insurance is important for the financial security of your loved ones. The Schuberg Insurance Agency has been a top 25 agency for auto owners' life insurance. With many types of life insurance available, it can be challenging to find out what life insurance policy is right for you. Contact the Schuberg Insurance Agency and Auto Owners Insurance for a free consultation on your life insurance needs. 231-796-5881 or visit our website at SchubergAgency.com. Schuberg Insurance Agency, community-driven, policyholder-focused, and education-based.
And welcome back, everyone, to Bulldog basketball action. Rob Butley and Sandy Golston with you. Just over 3 minutes to go here in the first half. 36-32 as the Flyers, after a rough start, have seized control and lead Ferris State here in this basketball game.
Yeah, they have, and they did it on a big run right there by Rob Stroud, who ended up with 2 personal fouls and had to go to the bench, and looks like he's going to stay on the bench still coming out of this timeout. He's got 13 points to lead all scorers in the game. Bulldogs, they're scoring pretty balanced across the board. Donovan Brown-Boyd and Ethan Erickson with 5 apiece.
Ferris State going to stick to the zone here as Cosmay's going to launch the three and just missed here as that one was kind of in and out, and Kenny Turner with the defensive rebound. Cosmay not much of a big man here in terms of the size at just 5'7" on the floor, but playing with some energy right now here for Lewis as he tries to front Jimmy Scholler here in the post. Turner with it to Whitaker. Looking inside for Jimmy, and the Bulldogs turn it over as the help side defense came, and Kiersman able to come up with the steal. Back top side across the floor. They got a man open here in Warden. Back to Cosme, who tracks it down near midcourt. 17 on the shot clock here with 2:22 to play here in the first half. Cosme with it left wing to Gibson as the Bulldogs try to work the defense. Cosme back to the right side. Shot clock winding, and the Flyers turn it over as Ferris State comes up with the steal. Erickson near side. Whitaker from downtown for three and good.
Jackson Whitaker can do that. That's why he is playing here as a freshman, coming in, being able to knock down that three.
Might be the first time we've seen both Erickson and Whitaker out there at the same time here in the last few ball games here for the Bulldogs. Down low inside, and the Bulldogs come up with the steal again. Good hands inside, up the floor to Whitaker, who lays it up and in.
And a quick timeout being signaled by Gross, but officials are not looking. They finally get it.
They did get the timeout here as the Bulldogs have answered the bell and have taken a 37-36 lead. Good work by Ferris State. Started on the defensive end, and Jackson Whitaker with 5 straight here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, great job by Jackson Whitaker coming in and playing within himself, and himself is pretty good. He is 3 of 3 from the floor overall, 2 of 2 from outside the three-point line, 8 points right now for Jackson Whitaker, and boy, the Bulldogs have certainly liked to see that out of the there's a lot of Muskegon. There's a lot of Muskegon in this building right now because we got a lot of Muskegon over there cheering on, of course, Anthony Sidnor, and a lot of Muskegon. I saw Cyan Fairfield, she's from Muskegon. We got Deshauna Day, a Bulldog basketball player, she's from Muskegon. And of course, the Bulldogs are certainly happy to see the emergence of Jackson Whitaker, who has been really, really good here in this stretch.
Of course, we mentioned earlier, Brandon Burrell just in front of us, the official. He's a Muskegon guy as well, so a ton of Muskegon products here in the building tonight. Takes us back to maybe those early days in the Coach Bill Saul era where there were a lot of Muskegon products on the floor.
Absolutely. The heights of Muskegon Heights as well as the Big Reds here.
Baseline jumper from Logan off target, and the Bulldogs with the defensive rebound as Jimmy Scholler able to secure it here for Ferris State. He leads it left side. Scholler left wide open, and is shot in and out, and rebounded here by the Flyers. Jimmy found an opening and didn't realize he was going to be that wide open. Back top side here is the Bulldogs scramble. Gibson with it in the corner. Now he has it on the wing, back across the floor to Logan. Logan from the baseline, able to connect just inside the arc.
A tough shot, but the lefty made it look easy from maybe a couple of steps inside that three-point line. Actually, just right standing on the three-point line.
From the right side here with 50 seconds to go. Erickson with it here, and he's bumped out top, and a foul going to be whistled here against Warden. That foul on the Flyers will be their 8th team foul, so this will put maybe one of the top free throw shooters in the country here at the free throw line in Ethan Erickson.
Good job there by Ethan to be able to draw that foul here as the Bulldogs continuing to rotate those bodies in, and given different looks here is got a little pushing and shoving right there. And officials jumping in to kind of sort that out and get the party separated and back to playing some basketball.
Substitution here for Lewis as well as Bartosz Kabuska will come on. Seems like he's a guy that I've had a chance to call that name for a long time. Been a regular here for the Flyers, or at least might have been a relative here. As looks like he's listed as a freshman, so maybe a little bit of a relative right there for Lewis University, or a brother that play.
Yeah, he's a big man. Brings some size into that lineup here for the Flyers.
Logan has it out front here for the Flyers. 15 on the shot clock, down low. Kiersman with it here, trying to work against Clairbout inside. Backside corner, the three here off target. Back to the near end by Warden, and Whitaker with the defensive rebound as Ferris State can play for the final shot here, trailing by 1 with 20 seconds to go here in the first half. So the Bulldogs calling out the play, down to 12 now on the clock here for Ferris State as Hamilton works against Logan. They send a man here, and this gives the Bulldogs a chance. Kenny Turner takes it and was trying to slam it home. And a foul going to be whistled here against the Flyers.
Boy, way to attack the basket there. Big Kenny Turner coming in off the baseline looking for the throwdown.
So he will head to the stripe here of the 9th foul with 5.8 seconds to go. The Bulldogs were trying to run the clock out, but Lewis was having no part of that as they sent the double out front. Turner not able to get this first free throw to go as the Bulldogs come back on with Jimmy Scholler and Dang Rang here on the defensive end.
So the Bulldogs definitely wanting to get a little bit more of a defensive lineup in here, knowing that Lewis is going to have to move quick, make or miss, and try to get a shot off here.
Turner at the stripe, second opportunity to try to tie this one up just before halftime. And it's on the way and good as he was able to knock that one home. 6 seconds left. Here comes Gibson quickly up the right side. Gibson into the lane, walked away, and that'll do it. I think Clairbout got a piece of it, and that'll do it for the first half. Tied up right where we started at 38.
Yep, we started at 0-0. We end the half at 38-38. So great battle between these two teams.
Ferris State and Lewis University will be back with halftime coverage in 2 minutes right here on Flow Sports and the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Your source for all of your printing needs and more is Preferred Office Machines. They offer many services like 15-cent black copies, along with color copies, business cards, resumes, typing, laminating, and more with the latest technology from Xerox. That's Preferred Office Machines, 215 North Michigan Avenue, downtown Big Rapids. Stop by or call John Milan, your local authorized Xerox sales agent, at 796-8080.
For equipment, supplies, and service you like best, Preferred Office Machines. Preferred Office Machines.
When you have a business that's been supporting its local community for over 100 years, you strive every day to build on that legacy. Big Rapids Cash and Carry is now Big Rapids Lumber and Hardware. If you're looking for the store in town where the pros like to shop, they're the place. From a local, knowledgeable team behind the counters to a generous selection of lumber and hardware, Big Rapids Lumber and Hardware will help you get it done. And if you're looking for tasteful and elegant kitchen and bath ideas, they're the place to go as well. Local for over a century, Big Rapids Lumber and Hardware, South 3rd Avenue. That's M20 on the east side of town.
It's time to be.
Finally, fall is here. Enjoy your favorite fall flavors like Big B's Pumpkin Spice Latte, Sweet Foam Pumpkin Cold Brew, or Caramel Apple Cider. Pair those with a Big B Pumpkin Muffin, or maybe even a Maple Waffle Sandwich for the ultimate fall combo. Available now at Big B Coffee in Big Rapids for a limited time, so hurry in soon and enjoy your fall favorite at Big B Coffee.
It's time to be.
The year is the future. Machines have taken the forefront. But what happens when those machines fail?
No, not my transmission.
At the end of days, everyman Howard Langston must become the hero he was destined to become.
But I'm just a mattress salesman. What do I do?
Johnson's Automotive, fixing foreign and domestics, from small tune-ups to full transmission rebuilds.
Of course. I must go to Johnson's Automotive.
Now showing off Northwood Drive, just north of Big Rapids, and always online at johnsonsautobr.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to halftime coverage of Ferris State basketball. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you from courtside here at Wake Arena. We started 0-0. We're still tied here at halftime, 38-38, our score between Ferris State and Lewis University. A great start for the Bulldogs, but the Flyers battled back. They took a 5-point lead. Ferris State, though, a strong finish to the first half.
Yeah, the Bulldogs kind of got back to some of the things that were working for them. They were defending a little bit better, and they started to knock down some shots again. And so, but give Lewis credit. They were able to warm up a little bit, and they've been struggling shooting the three coming into this game, but they had Rob Stroud get hot, and he was 3 of 5 from outside the three-point line. They didn't get much else outside of that. They finished 4 of 13 overall from outside the three-point line, but certainly Stroud's little burst right there about the midway point of the first half really helped get them back in it.
Ferris State played 10 in the first half, 9 scored here for Ferris State, led by Jackson Whitaker, the freshman who came on late, finished with 8 points, 3 of 3 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the three-point line here for the Muskegon product. Also for Ferris State, 5 points apiece for Ethan Erickson and Donovan Brown-Boyd, 4 points apiece for Dang Rang, along with Nate Clairbout, Reese Hazelton, and Kenny Turner. The Bulldogs got 2 points out of Tyler Hamilton and 2 points from Jimmy Scholler here in that first half of play. Balanced effort for the Bulldogs. They shot 52% from the floor, went 5 of 12 from the three-point line, 5 of 7 at the line. So shot the ball well, but 8 turnovers. They'd like to cut that number down here in the second half.
Yeah, they would like to cut that down. And certainly, you start to worry about when you turn the ball over, what's their conversion rate on your turnovers. And that's what you really worry about. Both teams, 8 turnovers at halftime is not a huge number. But then when you look across and you see that they only turned it over 5 times, you got to do a little bit better job of taking care of the basketball.
Ferris stayed in the first half as well. 19-19 in terms of the rebound numbers here against the Flyers. The Bulldogs, though, gave up 8 offensive rebounds here to Lewis University. Speaking of the Flyers, they shot 38% overall, were 4 of 13 from three-point range and 6 of 7 at the free throw line. You mentioned Stroud leading the way with 13 points. 8 points for Destin Logan, who came off the bench and shot 4 of 6. They got 4 points from Gibson, along with 3 points from Kierseman, 6 points for Anthony Sidnauer, and then 2 points in the starting lineup for both Warden and Vanderhyde here for the Lewis Flyers. So the Bulldogs did a pretty solid job defensively for the most part, but Lewis took care of the basketball, just 5 turnovers here on the Lewis end.
Yeah, and we talked about that Lewis doesn't turn the ball over very much, and so you got to try to make them uncomfortable. And the Bulldogs kind of did, but in a different way, as Lewis was trying to drive to the basket, and the Bulldogs were getting those blocked shots. And we talked about early, the Bulldogs had 4 blocked shots, and they finished the half with 5, so they didn't get a ton after that as Lewis made some adjustments to how they attacked offensively.
We'll take a 2-minute timeout, back with more halftime coverage of Ferris State basketball after this break on the Bulldog Sports Network in Sunny 97.3.
Planning a special event soon, like an open house or wedding? Don't worry. Three Girls Deli, Bakery, and Catering can help ease the stress.
Our award-winning catering menu at Three Girls has everything from breakfast, a budget menu, a la carte, appetizers, a taco bar, desserts, and so much more to choose from.
Whether you're feeding 10 or 600 people, we can help make your event both delicious and something people will talk about for years.
Stop in to see us at Three Girls Deli, Bakery, and Catering in downtown Big Rapids, 106 North Michigan Avenue to discuss your catering needs.
Michigan ADAS Calibrations and Glass are your auto windshield specialists. Chips, cracks, or worse? Michigan ADAS Calibrations and Glass can come to you with mobile windshield repair or replacement services, or they offer pickup and drop-off services that work so fast your car is back to you before you can say Michigan ADAS Calibrations and Glass. They are committed to fast, efficient, quality service, and their calibration specialists ensure your car's cameras are calibrated and keeping you safe. When your windshield needs work, trust Michigan ADAS Calibrations and Glass. Schedule your appointment online at michiganadas.com.
You're more than a student at Ferris State, you're a Bulldog. Hey, this is Bill Pink, president of Ferris State University. And whether you're conquering challenges in the classroom or dominating the field as one of our national champions, being a Bulldog means never letting go of your goals. Whether you're a future business leader, a healthcare hero, an esports innovator, or have your sights set on another extraordinary path, at Ferris State, you'll accelerate your life forward at the speed of industry. So unleash the Bulldog in you at Ferris State University. Apply now at ferris.edu.
Bigger than any box score, local sports are a victory for the entire community. Building up leaders, breaking down barriers, connecting generations, teaching integrity, blazing a trail, sparking our economy. That's why Meijer sponsors hundreds of local sports teams throughout the Midwest. From Little League to the big leagues, uniforms to stadiums, Meijer knows when we support the home team, we all win.
And welcome back, everyone, to Bulldog basketball action. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you here on Sunny 97.3 Flow Sports and the Bulldog Sports Network. Of course, we mentioned Anthony Sidnauer, a Muskegon product, former Bulldog, back in the building here tonight playing against Ferris State. His dad, a former Bulldog, just went out in the hallway on the concourse and saw a national champion Bulldog, Deshaun Thrower, in the building tonight as well. So a lot of Muskegon love here tonight, and always great to see guys like Deshaun back in the building.
Leave it to Rob to go out and find yet another Muskegon guy, but Deshaun Thrower, obviously great player coming out of Muskegon, and tremendous dual sport player for Ferris State, and he had a great basketball career for the Bulldogs, and then of course did some good things on the football gridiron as well. And so always great to have Deshaun Thrower back in there, and boy, that memorable game he got against Findlay before the Bulldogs were in the regional championship game in 2018, and one of many highlights that he had.
course, I know Coach Broncom would probably love to have him back out there right now. Coach Anise on the football side might love to have him this weekend as well. As Ferris State will play host to Davenport here on Senior Day, the regular season finale on Saturday, 1 o'clock, and a huge game. We were out of practice today talking with some of the guys. 2-trophy game here, the Calder City Classic trophy on the line for the first time, along with the outright GLIAC championship. The Bulldogs could win a couple trophies if they could get a win on Saturday over Davenport.
Yeah, saw pictures of that Calder City Classic trophy, and it's looking pretty nice. And I think the Bulldogs could probably find a space here in the trophy case out here for that one, but they might need a little extra space, because I know the Bulldogs would love, Rob, to get their hands back on that GLIAC championship trophy. That GLIAC title has eluded the Bulldogs for a few years. Even as the Bulldogs have won national championships, that GLIAC trophy has eluded them, and I know they'd love to get that.
Of course, Ferris State enters the final game of the regular season, number 1 in Super Region 3. A win for the Bulldogs would give them most likely a first-round bye, with the playoff field as announced on Sunday. I mentioned going in to this game, Ferris State right now has clinched a share of the GLIAC title. They can win it outright over Grand Valley State with a win over Davenport coming up on Saturday at 1 o'clock. We'll have the pregame coverage for you starting at noon on Saturday. Our next broadcast here for Sandy and myself. Of course, Brody Kaiser helping run the video board here tonight at Wink Arena will be on the call on Friday night as Ferris State hockey travels to Lake Superior State for a 6:07 p.m. puck drop. Actually 7:07 p.m. puck drop on Friday night. With pregame coverage at 6:30 from Taffy Abel Ice Arena in Sault Ste. Marie. He'll then have Game 2 on Saturday night in Traverse City at the Traverse City Ice Arena, part of the Traverse City Takeover, the Superior Ice Showdown between Ferris State and Lake Superior State. A 6:07 puck drop in TC on Saturday night with pregame coverage at 5:30 or shortly after our football coverage from Top Taggart Field.
Yeah, that should be a lot of fun. Taking that rivalry to Traverse City is kind of a halfway point between Big Rapids and Sault Ste. Marie, and a great location, a great market, Traverse City, that I think is really important, not only to Ferris State but also to Lake Superior State, and it's going to be really exciting for those two teams to play there.
Of course, we unfortunately won't have a chance to be there. We'll be here at Wink Arena on Saturday night, and we'll have the call of Ferris State women's basketball online only for the Bulldog women's team, their home opener as they play host to Great Lakes Christian. Mentioned it earlier during the first half, but head coach Kurt Westendorf and his team playing some great basketball here early in the year. Mia Riley named the GLIAC Defensive Player of the Week on the women's side. Probably could have been the GLIAC Offensive Player of the Week as well. Had an outstanding tournament down at Drury University.
Yeah, she did. It's been really fun watching her emerge, or I should say hearing about her emerge. We really haven't had a chance to really watch her yet, but she's playing really well. And as a team, their Bulldogs are playing well. You remember Ferris State lost 2 really outstanding players, 2 of the best that we've had, in Mallory McCartney, Chloe Idoni, and they're off to a really good start this year. And so they've been able to reload really well, and team's looking good, and I'm excited to see them for the first time here in Big Rapids.
Of course, they are 3-1, as is the Ferris State men's team, which will try to move to 4-1 with a big second half still to come. We'll be back in 2 minutes with the second half. This is Ferris State basketball on Flow Sports, the Bulldog Sports Network, and Sunny 97.3.
What's with Mountain Dew? Mountain Dew is like a zip line of incredible flavor directly into your brain. Mountain Dew is like getting punched in the mouth with pure neon refreshment that creates a neural explosion, sending flavor shards of electric brain pulses into your very core of being. Okay, maybe that's a little over the top, but you get the idea. The fact is, the mind-bending challenge of describing the taste of Mountain Dew is way harder than just experiencing it. That, of course, is easy. Just grab an ice cold Dew, crack it open, and toss them back. Mountain Dew. Do the Dew.
JR Customs and Collision reminds you 'tis the season. That time of year when vehicle and deer not so pleasantly come together. Don't dismay. JR Customs and Collision, no matter what the damage, can bring your vehicle back to showroom condition. Whether it's sheet metal, fiberglass, or aluminum, they have the right technology and the years of experience to transform that warped, broken mess and return it to an object of beauty. You can count on JR Customs and Collision, friendly and knowledgeable with years of experience to back the work. JR Customs and Collision, 19100 Northland Drive, Big Rapids. Call 231-598-9444. That's 231-598-9444. JR Customs and Collision. Find them on Facebook or go to their website, jrcustomsandcollision.com.
The first time you saw her, your heart went boom. And from your first date, you just couldn't stop thinking about her. I'm Susan Miedema. That was a few years ago now. And for all that thinking about her all the time, well, you couldn't stop then, and you still can't. This anniversary, surprise her with a diamond from Rogers Jewelers. It tells her that for every minute she spends thinking of you, you're thinking of her. Just like years ago, but even better. Rogers Jewelers, downtown Big Rapids.
You're listening to the voice of the Ferris State Bulldogs. Sunny 97.3 WDEE FM, Reed City, Big Rapids, Cadillac.
And welcome back, everyone, to Bulldog basketball coverage. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you as we get ready to start the second half. Tied up at 38 between the Bulldogs and the Lewis University Flyers. Sandy, some keys here for the second half for Ferris State to find a way to get a win here tonight.
Well, I'd like to see the Bulldogs reestablish some dominance in the paint, getting that ball inside. They were able to use an advantage that they had there at times, offensively and defensively, and maybe kind of got away from that a little bit as the kind of the tempo changed a little bit, and then Stroud, of course, came in and really heated things up and got them on top for a period before the Bulldogs were able to bounce back and leave it tied at halftime. And so, certainly containing Stroud is going to be very important. We'll see if he ends up starting again here to begin the second half. He sat for a long time with those 2 fouls, and so Coach Trost trying to protect him a little bit, but certainly keeping an eye on Stroud is going to be important for the Bulldogs.
Of course, he said Michael Bingham with 2 fouls on the Ferris State side. The only player in foul trouble here for the Bulldogs, along with Stroud. Logan had 2 fouls, and Vanderheit had 2 fouls as well in that first half of play here for Lewis, but it looks like the same 5 is going to be out there here for both teams to start this second half of play as the Flyers will have it from left to right as we sit courtside across the floor here. Jimmy Scholler stills the inbounds play here for the Bulldogs. Dang Rang fouled as he tried to get to the hoop here for Ferris State.
I tell you what, if you're Lewis, you are almost irate to turn the ball over like that right off the bat in the second half on an out-of-bounds play.
Vanderheit called for his 3rd foul, too, so that big call here as Vanderheit picks up his 3rd here to start the second half of action.
Coach Trost not happy at all with that turnover and picking up another foul.
Jimmy Scholler stole the inbounds play, found Dang Rang. He gets himself to the stripe here for Ferris State as the senior out of Montgomery, Illinois, knocks home the first here for the Bulldogs. He's got 5 here in the ball game. Veteran here for Ferris State, played a lot of basketball for the Bulldogs. He's battled some injuries, but he's got to be one of the leaders here for this basketball squad this year.
Yeah, he really does, and seems to have turned the corner after some injuries early in his career, and now he's starting to play some really good basketball here as he's working on the point of that press.
Stroud with it up the floor here for the Flyers to the left sideline here as he'll key it up. Back to Gibson, who will set up the attack. Gibson to set it up here with 19:40 to play in the ball game. Ferris State in front, 40-38 after the 2 made free throws. Stroud with it at the free throw line, working against Hazelton, works past him and finds an opening and scores.
Yeah, you can see where that was coming. They were running that play for Stroud, and he came right off that screen all the way to the rim.
Here comes Jimmy trying to dump it off to Clairmount, who throws it down.
Great draw. Drive to the basket there and dumping it off to the big man for the 2-hand jam.
Clairmount now with 6. 2 dunks here on the night for the big man as the Bulldogs chase Gibson back up the floor. He kicks it away in the corner, and he turned it over. Not able to find a Renfro. I'll line it up here down in the corner next to the Flyer bench.
The Bulldogs kind of forcing him right into Nate Clairmount. He tried to kick out pass, into the corner, but threw it away.
Ferris State a 2-point lead in the basketball here as Scholler will orchestrate for Ferris State across the midcourt stripe. He'll set it up on the right side here to Dang Rang. Dang back to Clairmount here at the point. Nate, one dribble here, picks it up, dumps it down low to Hazelton inside, trying to use his power on the inside. Splits the defense and just missed here, and the rebound tracked down by Gibson. Bulldogs trying to put the pressure on, and this
looked like Gibson went out of bounds. He was trying to throw the ball off of Dang Rang, and looked like he just carried it out of bounds.
So it looks like it was a turnover here on the Flyers after he picked it up. So change of possession again as Ferris State will inbound. Jimmy Scholler powers it up and in here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, great basket cut right there by Jimmy Scholler. Kind of caught Gibson sleeping a little bit.
Bulldogs right now rattling Lewis a little bit with the defensive press as Sidnauer will come on. Gibson will check out as Scott Trost did not like what he saw here in terms of the ball handling early in the second half.
Yeah, like I'm sure what he saw from Anthony Sidnor Jr. in the first half and gets him back in quickly.
Lewis trying to get it into him, and they threw it away again as the Bulldogs right now doing a great job defensively here in the press against Lewis University as timeout's going to be called here by the Flyers. 18:38 to go, and the Bulldogs have a 44-40 lead. They'll get the basketball back as well.
So, yeah, great job. That was a great ball denial in the corner there by Ethan Erickson that really led to that turnover as Lewis wanted a 30, but it's going to be turned into a full timeout apparently.
First timeout of the second half automatically, I believe, becomes a full timeout. So the Bulldogs with a 44-40 lead here as Ferris State leads the Lewis Flyers here in the second half of action.
Yeah, nice job by the Bulldogs. Getting off to a pretty good start here in the second half is taking a quick look at some of those leading scorers. I mean, not really much has changed since we started the first half, but you got to give the Bulldogs credit at 44-40. Made a nice little early push here in the second half to get themselves in position here early. They did give up the one basket to Rob Stroud on the design play, and he came on the drive, turned the corner, got down the lane, and to the basket for a score, as he continues to lead all scorers in the game with 15 points. And Bulldogs certainly looking to see if they can keep this early momentum that they seem to have gotten here, forcing that Lewis timeout, a very early Lewis timeout here in the second half.
Big thanks go out to all of our advertising partners for helping make this broadcast possible, including Meyer, Buffalo Wild Wings, Three Girls Bakery, the Sawmill Saloon, PNC Bank, and RE/MAX. Thanks for your support of Ferris State Athletics and Bulldog basketball. As we return to action, we hear from the Ferris State Pep Band in the building tonight, and they've grown in numbers here to start the basketball season again.
A lot of credit to Dr. Daniel Atwood growing that with the marching band coming, a little floater by Ethan.
And he's fouled from behind here, kind of pushed in the back here as he went for that floater. And this foul on the Flyers is going to be against Warden. That'll be his second here for Lewis University. And this will put Ethan here at the free throw line to shoot 2 for the Bulldogs.
Ethan Erickson, kind of like the D2 version of Steph Curry there as he buries that one, rattled and dropped.
I like that analogy right there. And, of course, kind of plays like it here in the GLIAC. And the Bulldogs expected a big year from Ethan. He's drawn a lot of attention, though, here early in the season.
Yeah, he has, and that will continue here. As you got a guy that can shoot it like that, you certainly want to make sure you mark him up.
Rare miss at the free throw line for Erickson on the second try. The Bulldogs trapping Sidnauer, and they came up with a steal, but a foul whistled over there on that far side.
Bulldogs can't believe it right there. Brandon Burrell getting Ethan Erickson with the reach, as Ethan thought he got all ball.
That'll be the first here on Ethan and the first team foul of the second half here against Ferris State, as the Flyers will inbound here on the near sideline, as Sidnauer will handle here back across the timeline. Picked up by Erickson here on the defensive end. Hand off to Vanderhype, back near side to Stroud, guarded by Dang Rang here defensively. Renfro with 7 on the shot clock. Off to Warden. Warden still with it, drives inside, missed the shot. As that one out of bounds, it'll remain with the Flyers. I'm not sure it hit the rim.
They shouldn't get a reset, though.
So it was reset.
Why is there a reset? Why is there a reset?
Getting ready to inbound. The officials having a discussion as Brandon Burrell will.
Unless I'm missing something, I don't think it hit. I don't think it hit the rim. They might be getting our first review here.
We will wait to see as cue it up for the officials, and it looks like they may.
I think it did hit the rim.
Come take a look at it.
So they'll take a look here at the replay as try to determine whether that ball did hit the rim and warranted a reset of the shot clock right there. As it would be an opportunity for them to get the ball back for Lewis. But while they're doing it, we'll take a look here as they're gonna. That was a pretty quick review right there, as it did graze the far side of the rim off the shot. So good call actually on the reset of the shot clock. So shout out to the table crew.
They did get that one correct. It did look like, so Lewis University will keep it here along the baseline off the missed shot from Warden, and they'll have a fresh 20 here with 18 minutes to play. And right now a 45-40 Ferris State lead here in this one. 3-point shot from Vanderhype from the left wing is off target. And the rebound here out of bounds. It will be Ferris State basketball back to the near side.
That was a great effort to try to save it there by Lewis, but unfortunately threw it off his own man as Lewis coming with some full court man pressure.
Hazelton to inbound here as he gets it into Jimmy Scholler for Ferris State. On the move up the floor here to Ethan Erickson. Erickson with it on the right side of the floor here. We'll circle it back to Hazelton. Hazelton with it on the handoff back to Ethan. Sets the screen. Erickson will launch the three. It's up and in.
Boy, great shot. Fading a little bit to his left. Knocking down the three as Coach Brockema reminded him to get into the full court defense they talked about. Nice trap on Sittenor. Ball deflected away.
Sure do not need a lot of space if you're Ethan Erickson to get that three-point shot away. As he was well defended, got the screen from Hazelton and still able to cash it in for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, pretty good job closing on him, but man, just like you said, just not a lot of space needed there by Ethan to be able to drill that one, to get a good look and drill it.
17:29 to play here as Stroud has it on the inbounds play, being chased from behind and almost threw it away to Sydnor. And the Bulldogs had him trapped near midcourt, and he calls timeout.
Yeah, probably a smart play. Sydnor had his back turned to the front court, and he had a triple team behind him, and referee right there, Brandon Burrell, right there in front of him, giving him the timeout.
They had him in a dangerous spot, not only with the three-man trap, but they had him trapped right on the sideline, right at the midcourt line. Probably the best place you could ever find to trap somebody here on the floor.
Or the worst place if you're an offensive player to pick up the ball with your back turned to the front court, and he was in a bad trapping area. But let's not lose sight also, Bob. The Bulldogs have surged, now up by 8 points here, so we've seen kind of a game of runs where the Bulldogs really got off to a good start, and then you give Lewis credit. They were able to come back, fight their way back into it, take a lead. Bulldogs bounce back, and Bulldogs have gotten the better of it slightly here in the second half here, 48-40. We were tied 38-38 at halftime.
Mentioned Ferris State basketball on the road Saturday night at McKendree down in Lebanon, Illinois, and of course then back at home for our next broadcast, hopefully a week from Saturday against the Findlay Oilers right here inside Wink Arena. Some tough regional matchups here for head coach Andy Brockema and the Bulldogs. Of course, not one to duck any challenges, and the Bulldogs have a tough slate here early in the year.
McKendree, good team. That'll be a nice test on the road.
Here's Sidnauer with it back to the near side to Vanderheit. Warden with it back top side. Renfro looking to give it off. Now works down to the left side of the block against Clairbout. Stroud with it out front. Drives the lane, draws the double. He draws the foul with 4 on the shot clock remaining here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you'd like to see Jimmy step up outside that restricted area and just get those hands up high and just stay on your feet.
So Scholler picks up his first teaching moment here for Coach Brockema as he talks about just what you said right there about getting the arms up. So it'll be Stroud at the line here for Lewis, trying to build on a 15-point night so far as he gets set here for the first try. And it's up and in for the senior out of Danville, Illinois. Started his career at Kankakee Community College as Gibson will come back on now here for Lewis.
Stroud's been obviously big for them in this game. His surge about the midpoint of that first half really got them back into the game when they were really struggling.
Second opportunity up and good here as he cuts the lead back to 6 here at 48-42. Bulldogs will key it up here. Inside of 17 to go. Jimmy Scholler runs it around all the way from the right side. Back to Erickson. Near side corner 3. And it drops down here for the Bulldogs.
Bounce, roll, and finally drops.
Great work by Scholler to set it up for Ferris State from the right side all the way to the baseline and back around to the left side corner. Bulldogs have stretched it to 9. Here is Lewis, dumps it off to Stroud, draws the double inside. This shot well off target, but the putback by Vanderheit is up and good.
Boy, Bulldogs did a good job. Nate came down and got the initial bother, but Bulldogs not able to control that rebound.
Erickson off the screen to the near side for the Bulldogs, draws the double, kicks it away to Hazelton, working down the left side here for Ferris State, draws the double, trying to split the defense, finds Jimmy Scholler. 3-ball from Scholler is a little long and rebounded here by Renfro.
Yeah, that was on line, just a touch long.
Back the other way is Trost and company will try to slow up the attack here for Lewis. Gibson to set it up here at the 16-minute mark to go. 51-44 Bulldogs here at home tonight as Renfro will give it off. Stroud off the dribble drive. Cut off by Dangrang. Good work by the Bulldogs defensively. Renfro squares up with 9. Tries to kick it away on the baseline and knocked away here by Ferris State as we've reached a media timeout. 15:46 to go. The Bulldogs lead it 51-44. We'll be back in 60 seconds right here on Sunny 97.3.
Grunst Brothers. No doubt you've heard of them. They opened up in 1946, and they're still owned and operated by second and third generation family. And that's how they feel about this community. They're family, and they want to say thanks for keeping them in business for over 75 years. Grunst Brothers has the largest selection of liquor, beer, and wine, along with all your tailgating and party needs, plus 20 flavors of grab-and-go hand-dipped ice cream. They've even got those hard-to-find seasonal beers, too. Grunst Brothers, a proud supporter of the Big Rapids community and Ferris State Athletics, located on North State Street in Big Rapids.
Thank you for coming to meet our management team and staff at the all-new Baker Auto Group in Big Rapids.
People all over Mecosta County are saying, wow, this is the place to buy a vehicle.
Drive a brand new GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation 3VL, now just $299 a month. Or drive a brand new 2024 Chevy Silverado 2FL for only $339 a month. Or drive a new 2024 Jeep Compass Limited 4x4 for only $379 a month.
We have 7 different brands and one great name, Baker Auto Group of Big Rapids.
Give us a chance to earn your business.
Welcome back, everyone, to Bulldog basketball coverage. Rob Bentley and Ceddy Golston with you as Ferris State leads it 51-44 over the Lewis Flyers inside of 16 minutes remaining here in the second half of action.
Bulldogs definitely picking it up here, and Ethan Erickson, a big part of that as he takes over leading scorer honors for the Bulldogs with 12 points here, 4 of 6 shooting overall from the floor, 3 of 5 from outside the three-point line, including an improbable one challenged here, not too far away from us.
Bulldogs here get set defensively as Lewis will inbound. Gibson in the corner with it here next to the Flyer bench, picked up by Tyler Hamilton, who comes on for Ferris State. He's trying to work his way down, and Tyler's going to be called for the contact here for Ferris State. That'll be his first and the third team foul now here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they tried to isolate and get Gibson with a post up there on Hamilton, and he was kind of sliding inside. Push there by Hamilton is probably should have been a non-shooting foul, but hey, if he can get it, then it counts.
He is at the line, made the first here. Didn't look like that was well on the floor, but they're going to give it to him, and first one up and in here as he tries to knock down this second opportunity, and this one good as well as the Flyers not going away. They're back within 5 here at 51-46.
But hey, you get that call if you're in the NBA. This isn't the NBA, but he got it anyway. Backcourt.
Turnover here against Ferris State as Sidnauer will get credit for the steal as Hamilton could not hold on against the pressure here for Ferris State, and Jimmy Schiller will come on here for the Bulldogs.
It'll be a time for Coach Brockman to do a little coaching moment right here. My guess is he'll probably look at getting Tyler back in probably pretty quick.
In the corner with it is Gibson, picked up by Scholler. Drives baseline, and Bingham came on the help, and we got a foul here along the baseline. We'll see who this one's going to be on.
Scholler.
So it looks like it was on Jimmy Scholler here for Ferris State. That'll be his second. And this will put Gibson at the line with 15:28 to play, and the fouls starting to mount up a little bit for the Bulldogs. Now 14 fouls here in the second half.
Yeah, that's a way for a team that's struggling. Well, maybe I jinxed him right there. To get back into the game right there is that must be a mind reader. Tyler Hamilton right back up off the bench and in the game.
So he will come on for Scholler here as Jimmy checked in briefly. Now Coach Bronco having a word with him here as he comes off the floor.
I think he wanted a kind of a coaching moment right there for Tyler Hamilton as 2 misses at the charity stripe. Not what you want to see.
Nate Clairbout with the defensive rebound here as the Bulldogs will set it up in the half-court set. Hamilton with it over on the right side looking for Erickson. Now one-on-one out top. Kicks it away to Hazelton. Hazelton with it down low to Clairbout. Clairbout doubled on the block here. Trying to feed it to Bingham. The ball loose here, and Ferris State gives it right back here as Lewis
Stroud
University works it back up the floor.
Stroud limping there a little bit.
With it on the left side here is Gibson.
Post up.
Gibson still with it. Hamilton trying to defend him, and another foul going to be charged here to Tyler Hamilton, giving up some size. That'll be his second foul.
Not sure how you're supposed to defend that.
So substitutions here is Stroud will check out. Logan will come back on here, and for Ferris State, Donovan Brown-Boyd will come on. Reese Hazelton will take a seat here for the Bulldogs. 14:54 to play here as Lewis will inbound. Kiersman with it here in the corner. Off to Gibson. Back to Vanderheit. Now Sidnauer has it here at the point. Driving right side against Erickson, but not able to get the shot away. Logan off the screen to the left side against Brown-Boyd. Tough shot here. Rims away, and Clairbout able to rip home that rebound for the Bulldogs.
Big time rebound there by Nate.
Nate's got 5 boards here in the ball game as Ferris State will set it up. Brown Boyd with it over to Bingham here on the right side of the arc. Kell trying to work on Vanderheit. Baseline jumper on the way. Off the backside, kept alive, and Erickson lays it up and in.
Boy, Ethan got mugged at the top of the key and ended up getting a layup out of it.
And he scores his points here. Is the lay-in at the other end by Sidnauer is good. Just got it past Clairbout.
Yeah, he was able to jump right into, get his shoulder right into Nate's chest.
53-48 our score. Here is this one back and forth with 14 minutes to play. Brown Boyd left side, off to Bingham. He squares up on Logan. Top side back to Erickson, guarded by Sidnauer. Ethan spins. Free throw line jumper. He's knocked down, and he's going to get 2 free throws here for the Bulldogs.
Anthony Sidnauer Sr. not happy with that call as Junior picks up the foul on the challenge.
I thought that was a good call. Maybe didn't give him quite enough space to come down.
Yeah. When you get into a shooter like that, you got to give them a little bit of space to get up and get down, and that'll get Ethan to the stripe. As Ethan, uncharacteristic here, a couple of misses.
Bulldogs going to the bench here as Kenny Turner will come on. Nate Clairbout will get a breather here for the Bulldogs. So Turner will come on. Jackson Whitaker waiting at the table here for Ferris State. Erickson just 1 for 4 from the line here tonight. So rare off night at the free throw line, but makes the second here for the Bulldogs.
Kind of hard to believe sometimes here as he gets a nice break here, and coming into the game for him is Jackson Whitaker, who had a big first half.
Like to have an off night with 15 points. You still got 14 minutes to play here in the ball game.
Hey, that's a career game for a lot of guys.
Here comes Gibson back up the floor. Ferris State leads it 54-48, 13:40 to play. Vanderheit working, and
this one?
Matchup inside. Bingham was giving up the space to Searseman.
Wow.
And he's called for the foul from behind. That'll be his 3rd.
I don't know. That's questionable right there as guy was backing him down underneath the basket.
Use your legs.
Dangrang will come on here for Ferris State as he'll check on for Bingham. So Kale will have to check out. 3rd foul here and the 16th foul here against the Bulldogs. So this game was moving pretty quick, but now 16 fouls, and Flyers could be shooting some free throws. Kierseman inside. Nice pump fake here. Could not get it to go. Got it back. Second try, no good. Wow. Finally, the Bulldogs with a defensive rebound.
Great job by the Bulldogs challenging, but blowing opportunities for Lewis.
Dangrang with it. A handoff to Hamilton. Here is Ferris State looking for the basket offensively. Whitaker on the right side. And
oh, boy.
Man, a call similar here at this end as Turner was trying to post up, and Kierseman called for the same call that he got at the other end.
Any thoughts we had of getting out of here early? Seem to be going up in a puff of smoke right here. 13-18 to go in the second half. Still a tightly contested battle between these teams.
Ferris State will inbound here. Bulldog women's team was at Drury on Sunday, and they had a quick turnaround from the game to the flight. Missed the flight, had to come back on Monday. I was going to ask Coach Westendorp if it was because of the 50-some fouls that were called in that game.
Makes you wonder.
Turner here not able to draw the foul this time. I thought we were headed in that direction here tonight.
Yeah, maybe it'll slow down here a little bit. Sidnauer trying to make something happen. Lost it.
He lost the ball on the left side of the floor, and a turnover. It'll be Ferris State basketball.
Stroud back up in there. Stroud was limping a little bit before he went out of the game last time. Looks like he's doing okay as Bulldogs are going to inbound it here.
Ferris State will have it here as Hamilton will work the offense here for the Bulldogs. Being defended by Sidnauer here. Now into the half-court set. Over to Brown Boyd here with 12:50 to play in the ball game. A 54-48 Bulldog lead is Brown Boyd able to handle. Looking for Whitaker on the right. Jackson puts it on the deck. Drives hard inside. And he lost it for a second trying to get it back. Dangrang able to scoop it up. Turner back to Whitaker. He's wide open for 3. What a jam by Dangrang!
Big time follow dunk by Dangrang. Looked like he dropped from the rafters.
That one brought the house down as he came skying in and threw that putback back down for the Bulldogs to give Ferris State a 56-48 lead. And a foul at the other end going to be whistled here against Ferris State.
Yeah, just kind of reached in and a little bit of a bailout there after the big dunk.
What a jam by Dangrang for Ferris State as we saw that one. The Bulldogs come up with a big putback as Dangrang came skying in, and we're going to have to try to rewind that one here on our replay monitor.
I think I know a clip that have to get up on that Ferris State Athletics YouTube channel right there. Is a great drive there by Whitaker. Almost lost it, but man.
Gibson made the first free throw. Whitaker fired the three, missed it off the front side, and Dang Rang came jumping in to put that putback right back down for the Bulldogs.
Like he was on a catapult right there as Gibson trying to slow this momentum. The Bulldogs are trying to get back.
Opportunity at the line for Gibson is up and good as he cuts the lead to 56-50 here with 12:15 to play. Hamilton across the timeline here for Ferris State. We'll set up the Bulldog offense over on the right side. Tyler found an opening, drives inside, and he's fouled from behind. Kiersman a little late to get there on the help, was chasing the play, and he's going to be charged with the foul for Lewis. That'll be his third with 12:04 to play in the ballgame.
Yeah, great drive there by Hamilton as he turned the corner and got the hack across the arm, and he's going to get to the free throw line here. Chance to score some points with the clock stopped.
Tyler Hamilton at the stripe here for Ferris State. Free throw number one is up and good for Hamilton to extend the lead here for the Bulldogs to 7. Kiersman will have to check out. Renfro will return here for Lewis University. So Hamilton at the stripe for one more try here for Ferris State. As he eyes the basket, free throw up and good as the Bulldogs lead it now 58-50. As we approach the 12-minute mark to go here in this one.
Bulldogs coming with that 1-2-1-1 zone press.
Stroud with it back to Logan. The Bulldogs trying to extend it here. Looking for the 10-second call. They get it across the timeline. Gibson splits the defense. Off to Stroud. He lost his footing, and it will be a traveling violation. This will lead us to a media timeout. Ferris State leads it 58-50. 11:54 to play. We'll be back with more Bulldog basketball coverage in 60 seconds. Here on Sunny 97.3.
The cold weather months are here, and if your furnace isn't up to the task at hand, give Fulmer & Sons Heating in Big Rapids a call at 796-3403. That's 796-3403. At Fulmer & Sons, they've been helping to find the right heating solutions for nearly 50 years. They proudly feature the Carrier line of products. Turn to the experts, Carrier and Fulmer's. Fulmer & Sons Heating, Cooling, and Fireplaces. See them on Facebook or stop into their showroom at 20928 18 Mile Road in Big Rapids.
Looking to have some indoor fun? Then Crankers has the answer for you. Crankers has installed some of the state-of-the-art golf and game simulators. Having a party, special event, reunion, company function, or just looking to go out and have a good time? Crankers has leagues forming now for men's, women's, and couples. So, come out, have a great time, watch the big game, and golf and game at Crankers. Call 231-796-1919 for more information.
Welcome back, everyone, to Bulldog basketball action. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you here from courtside at Wink Arena. Inside of 12 to play. Ferris State leads it by 8, 58-50 after this game was tied at halftime. So the Bulldogs a good stretch of 8 minutes here to open the second half.
Yeah, great job by the Bulldogs, and certainly an emotional lift by that big tip dunk from Dang Rang. And quietly, Dang Rang putting together a pretty solid game. 8 points, 4 rebounds, shooting efficiently, 3 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the free throw line.
So Lewis University right now defensively in the full court pressure as Tyler Hamilton will handle. Working it up the deck here against Sidnauer. Gets the screen from Jackson Whitaker. Sidnauer with it back to the point. Trying to get the offense orchestrated, looking for Whitaker off the screen. Now Tyler takes it inside. Off-balance shot is no good, but he got his own rebound. Out to Brown Boyd for 3. He could not get it to drop. Another rebound here for Ferris State. Back to Hamilton. A 3 from the top of the circle is up and good.
Too many opportunities if you're Lewis. Bulldogs finally get a conversion.
Big basket from Tyler Hamilton. The pressure on as Sidnauer gets it up the floor to Gibson here on the right sideline. In the corner now. Gibson will move it back to Renfro here at the top of the circle. Off here on the handoff, and Hamilton chasing the play. Nice little dump pass to Renfro, and it's up and good. Nice find from Paxton Warden.
Yeah, that's why you like keeping guys out of the middle of the floor. It just breaks your defense down when they get in the paint like that.
Ferris State here will handle to the left side, 61-52. Bulldog advantage. Hamilton off the right side, left open again. Another 3! Nothing but net here for Tyler Hamilton.
A little heat check there by Tyler Hamilton.
He's made a couple big threes here, and the Flyers turn it over, I believe. And it's going to be a turnover here against Lewis University.
Got screened off, couldn't see over the bench there as finally signaled that it's Bulldog basketball.
Jackson Whitaker checks out. Ethan Erickson comes on. Nice round of applause from the Ferris State fans for Whitaker, the freshman. Some good energy coming in to this Ferris State lineup.
Yeah, even when he wasn't scoring, you can see he was still making a contribution here. They might be looking for Hamilton again.
They go to Kenny Turner inside, and he draws the foul. I think Sidnauer called for the foul, actually, as the Bulldogs were trying to run, I think, Erickson off the screen. Or Hamilton, rather.
They might be looking for Hamilton right now. Got a little bit of a hot hand.
It is Hamilton inside out to Dang Rang. Top side to Erickson. Erickson back to Dang. Dang will launch the three.
Oh!
Banks it in here for the Bulldogs.
See, you can always get 24-hour service at the bank.
Dang Rang able to knock that one home from the point. The Bulldogs have the trap on. Gibson being chased in the backcourt. It's a 15-point Bulldog lead. Back across the floor. Here comes Lewis on the attack. Stroud underneath, cut off by Turner. Feeds it away to Gibson, and he draws the foul as the Bulldogs were a little bit late on the help coming over from the left side.
Bulldogs really trying to scramble the game a little bit, get Lewis out of its element. Great basket cut there by Gibson to draw the foul going to the hoop.
Ferris State now will put Gibson here at the line. Was talking with football coach Tony Anise the other day. He said he really likes what he saw out of this team on Saturday night. Came and watched the Bulldog men's team. Thinks we've got some tremendous talent out there and have a chance to be every bit as good as we were a year ago.
Yeah, I tell you what, we know that that one rattles out for Gibson. This team is going to be very different in the one sense that I think defensively, and we've talked about this before, we got a chance to really be dynamic defensively when we get after it. And, you know, a big part of that, even though he's been in foul trouble most of this game, Michael Bingham, certainly going to be a factor here.
Gibson missed the second opportunity here with 10:07 to play in the ball game. Is on the way and good. Made one of two here as the Bulldogs will go to the bench. Clairbout and Hazelton back on. Kenny Turner will check out along with Donovan Brown-Boyd here for Ferris State, with Ferris State leading it 67-53. Bulldogs with 3 double-digit scores. Erickson with 15, Dang Rang with 11, and Tyler Hamilton with 10 here on the Ferris State end. Hamilton with it. Handoff now from Clairbout back to Hamilton. Hamilton feeds it inside on the bounce to Hazelton.
Pretty fast.
Between a couple defenders, and he draws the foul. He'll be at the line to shoot two.
Rob, beautiful pass right here off the screen and roll right there, splitting the defense and getting it to Hazelton.
Hazelton will step to the stripe here for Ferris State. Senior leader here for the Bulldogs out of Glen Lake at 6'6", will get a chance to shoot two here for the Bulldogs.
You know, we talked a little bit about the difference between last year's team and this year's team as Michael getting ready to check in. Let's not forget about Nate Clairbout and the difference that he can make defensively at 7 foot. He has already shown the impact he can have in this game as Dang Rang gets a well-deserved hand from the fans as he checks out.
Bulldogs a lot of length inside. When you look at that front line, you got not only Clairbout but Bingham, Dang Rang, Reese Hazelton, some guys that certainly play different styles but have the ability to really challenge some shots.
And we see the Bulldogs back in that 1-2-1-1 zone press.
69-53 here as Ferris State has the pressure on. Logan with it in the backcourt, up the floor to Stroud. Stroud trying to attack on Clairbout. Tough shot here, not able to get it to go, and the Bulldogs trying to run it down. Erickson looking for it. It's out of bounds. It'll be Ferris State basketball.
Well, I tell you what, he did not get a blocked shot there. Actually, maybe could have got one there, but Nate Clairbout did a good job bothering that and really helping to cause or at least start the chain of events that led to that turnover.
Ferris State now in control as the Bulldogs will slow it up here. The Flyers trying to get matched up here. They're going zone here, a little 2-3 set for Lewis against the Bulldogs. So we'll see how Ferris State kind of counters this zone set defensively.
Got Reese at the high post.
They got Reese here trying to work it right down the right side and lost the handle. It was poked loose, no foul called, as now Gibson takes it the opposite way. In the corner here. 3 ball on the way for Warden is no good, and Tyler Hamilton with the rebound as he pulls it down for the Bulldogs. He pulls the trigger for 3. This one no good, and Bingham almost kept it alive right there for Ferris State.
Right, Tyler took the shot right there and almost got it to drop. Bulldogs just missed on an offensive rebound.
That's one maybe you don't like that early in the shot clock, but if it goes down, you love it.
You absolutely love it.
Off the left side, Gibson has it to Renfro. Handoff back to the right side as they bounce it back underneath. Reverse lay-in by Renfro, up and good on a nice pass from Warden.
Yeah, did a good job being patient. Knew the shot blocker was coming.
Lead still at 14 here with 8:30 to play as Hamilton works off the screen out front against the zone. Erickson quickly defended. Back to Hamilton. Hamilton with it here to the left wing for Ferris State. Back over to Ethan. Down to 12 on the shot clock here. 8:20 to go as the Bulldogs work it back. Right side, Erickson. Deep three, just missed here in a rebound for Lewis. Lewis has got a couple big stops here out of the zone as Logan has it here. He wants to launch the three. They're going to call it a 2 just inside the arc.
Bulldogs might have to get a timeout. Nate is really hurt right now.
We'll see if he can play through it here for the Bulldogs. He looks to be okay here for Ferris State as Kenny Turner will head back. Nate said he's all right.
Well, that's good news.
7:50 to go here as Tyler Hamilton has it here inside for Ferris State. Clairbout looking here inside. Nice pass underneath to Hazelton. Hazelton powers it up. Did not get the call and rebounded by Logan as they want to push up the left sideline. Gibson picked up here with 7:35 to go. Chance to cut this back to 10. If they could get a basket. Gibson turned it over. Stolen away by Ferris State as Erickson dumps it ahead. And that one kicked away. It'll remain with the Bulldogs following this media timeout. 7:25 to play. Ferris State leads it 69-57. We'll be back in 60 seconds right here on Flow Sports and Sunny 97.3.
Do you have life insurance? Life insurance is important for the financial security of your loved ones. The Schuberg Insurance Agency has been a top 25 agency for auto owners' life insurance. With many types of life insurance available, it can be challenging to find out what life insurance policy is right for you. Contact the Schuberg Insurance Agency and Auto Owners Insurance for a free consultation on your life insurance needs. 231-796-5881 or visit our website at SchubergAgency.com. Schuberg Insurance Agency, community-driven, policyholder-focused, and education-based.
For equipment, supplies, and service, you like best Preferred Office Machines. Preferred Office Machines. Name brands you can count on. And a well-trained company for consistency and reliability. You can afford the quality. For equipment, supplies, and service, you like best Preferred Office Machines. Preferred Office Machines.
And welcome back, everyone, to Bulldog basketball action. Rob Bentley and Sonny Golston with you here at Wink Arena. 7:25 to play. Ferris State leads it 69-57 over Lewis University here in regional play.
Yeah, Lewis trying to put together a little bit of a run to get back into the game. Cut that lead down to 12, so the Bulldogs trying to see if they can get things back on track coming out of this timeout.
Bulldogs back on the floor here as Ferris State will inbound here from along the baseline. Nate Clairbout, Michael Bingham, along with Reese Hazelton, Ethan Erickson, and Jimmy Scholler on the floor. Tipped away. It'll remain with the Bulldogs here now to the sideline, right next to the Ferris State bench. There's assistant coach Josh Fleming with the good hands here, still showing he's got it for the Bulldogs catching the ball out of play.
Speaking of highlight dunks, Josh Fleming had one here in this gym that brought the house down.
That was against Ashland in the GLIAC tournament. Still drawing rave reviews. Here as Reese Hazelton gets the bucket for the Bulldogs.
Nice roll right there by Reese Hazelton. Bulldogs come in with the pressure.
Ferris State trying to work the defensive press here as they work it up the floor to Stroud. Taking it right at Clairbout and rejected. A jump ball called. It's going to be Ferris State basketball.
Yeah, Nate taking a low shot right there, but he got a huge block shot.
Stroud, a physical player, tried to take it right at him, and Nate stood his ground right there for the Bulldogs. Able to get the block for Ferris State. Sixth block of the night here for the Bulldogs. Jimmy Scholler against the zone. Bingham inside looking for Hazelton. He tips it to Clairbout. Clairbout trying to take it up for the Bulldogs. Not able to get it to go, but Bingham tips it up and in.
Boy, great work there by Bingham inside. This length of this unit giving Lewis a lot of trouble right now.
73-57 lead here for the Bulldogs as they have Gibson trapped. He might have walked, but got it away as Logan has it. Bulldogs wanted to travel. The crowd wanted the call. They did not get it here as Lewis has 15 on the shot clock. Handoff out front, Warden with it. Bounce feed inside to Renfro. Draws three defenders. Off to Stroud. He attacks again here inside. Wraparound pass to Renfro, and he puts it up and in.
Boy, great finish right there. Good dish by Stroud inside.
Able to find him here on a nice little play along the baseline as Renfro has 6 here for the Flyers. 6 minutes left here as Erickson will key it up here against the 2-3. Off the near side screen. 3-ball on the way is up and good.
Yeah, just a little ball screen right there, and we've talked about it. Ethan doesn't need a lot of space to get that off, and you almost feel like he's going to make it every time he shoots.
Got the screen from Hazelton, two seniors that know each other so well, and Ethan just reached in and got a jump ball tie up here against Gibson. It'll remain, though, with the Flyers.
Yeah, great job there by Ethan reaching in and tying that one up. Quick hands by Erickson.
Vanderhyde will come back on along with Sidnauer here for Lewis University as Stroud and Gibson will both head to the bench here for head coach Scott Trost. 5:45 to play. 76-59 Bulldogs as they look to get it into Renfro. Renfro out near midcourt as Clairmount will play off him. Now they look here on the screen for Warden, coming off the screen, back to the left side, bounce feed again, here inside, and a whistle underneath. Could be called against the Bulldogs here with 12 on the shot clock.
Looks like he's going to get Jimmy Scholler as kind of look at that, kind of ran a middle screen and roll. Going to get Jimmy Scholler with reach.
That'll be number 3 on Jimmy Scholler here for Ferris State. As the Bulldogs will put Renfro here at the line, and Jackson Whitaker going to come to the table for Ferris State along with Kenny Turner, as those two will come back on here for the Bulldogs. And now a lineup change here is Donovan Brown Boyd. Dang Rang will also come back on here for head coach Andy Brockema.
You can see Bulldogs definitely, Coach Brockema got a deep rotation that he feels very comfortable utilizing to its full potential.
So at the stripe will be Renfro to shoot, and his first one up and good. Here as he cuts the lead to 16 here at 76-60. Was a good run by that last unit for Ferris State that just checked out.
Yeah, that group gave some really strong minutes at both ends of the floor. As second free throw good as well, and no full court pressure as a team, but they might be looking to trap here. No, they don't.
And the Bulldogs now 5:30 to play. Now a chance to close this one out with a 15-point advantage. Here as Ferris State sets it up on the left. Down low to Turner. Turner inside, working right at Renfro. Trying to get the shot up, and they call traveling here on the inside.
Tough break right there. Kenny was trying to use that strength and pivot, but they have lifted the pivot foot.
So Lewis will get it here as the Bulldogs go right back into that defensive press. A little 2-on-2 type look here for Ferris State. Logan lost it for a second, got it back. Now they work it up the floor to Sidnauer. Sidnauer with it on the left side, back to Logan. Top side, Renfro has it with 17 on the shot clock. Back to Warden. Warden coming off the high screen. Now will launch the three. This one off target to the left. Dang Rang with the rebound here for Ferris State on the defensive glass.
Yeah, definitely a forced shot right there that Bulldogs get the rebound.
Back left side, Brown Boyd for three on the right, up and in.
You're right there, Donovan Brown Boyd draining the wing triple. Bulldogs up by 18.
What a performance here in the second half by the Bulldogs. They've stretched it to 79-61 here with 4:48 to play. Is Ferris State rolling right now here with 4:45 to go. Logan with it here in the backcourt. Over to Sidnauer. Sidnauer with it here across the timeline, working against Scholler. Drives inside, missed the shot, did not get the call this time. Jackson Whitaker could not get there. Sidnauer with it, trying to fall out of bounds.
Let's try to sort this one out.
I think they gave him the timeout here down in the corner.
Coach Brockema out near midcourt getting after his team.
So timeout called here by Lewis. This will be a 30-second timeout. With 4:31 to play, it'll become actually a full timeout here for the Flyers. We'll keep it right here as Sidnauer able to track that one down. I think Coach Brockema a little more upset maybe
his team
effort not getting to that loose ball than he actually was, that he was falling out of bounds and called timeout.
Exactly. I mean, and give Sidnauer credit. He also really, from almost one side of the court to the other, beat the Bulldogs who were closer, and that's one of the messages that Coach Brockema had for his team as they came back to the bench.
Ferris State leads it here. Big thanks to Pepsi and Gatorade for their support of the Bulldogs. Ferris State action here tonight inside Wink Arena. Again, women's basketball home opener on Saturday night against Great Lakes Christian at 7 p.m. The Bulldog men with a win tonight would be 4-1. The women with a win on Saturday would move to 4-1. Of course, the men, another tough test going on the road to McKendree on Saturday night.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one for the Bulldogs as McKendree, a very strong program on the hardwood. And they're going to be ready to play, knowing that the Bulldogs are coming to town. But some great opportunities for the Bulldogs to get some regional wins early, including this game right here. If the Bulldogs can close this one out, this will be a big one for the Bulldogs.
Of course, be sure to stick to FerrisStateBulldogs.com for a look at all the schedules and scores and information to follow all the Bulldog teams still in action. Of course, Ferris State, as we head back to the floor, I'm going to say the Bulldogs had only 4 guys out there. Here comes Dang Rang back on for Ferris State. So he was getting a little water right there at that break for the Bulldogs as Lewis will inbound along the baseline. Vanderheit with it, picked up by Brown Boyd. Handoff here to Warden, back off the screen to Vanderheit. The Bulldogs able to match back up, though. Nice work defensively by Ferris State. 4 on the shot clock. Renfro thought about the shot. Head fake here, fires the 3, and it's well off target. This is going to be a shot clock violation. It'll be Ferris State basketball.
A great defense right there by the Bulldogs, forcing a hesitant jump shot from deep. It misses everything, and Bulldogs keep it. There's a little pressure right here. Sidnor, one thing he's been able to do in this game is he certainly gets after it defensively.
Jimmy Scholler with it here across the midcourt stripe. Back right side to Whitaker. Jackson with it here, looking down low for Turner. Turner has it on the block against Renfro. Dumps it away to Dangrang. Back to Brown Boyd. Brown Boyd puts it on the deck. Spins here. Back it out on the right side to Dangrang. He gets by the defender. Shot here by Dang is blocked. Turner trying to save it. It does.
Shoot it.
Dang with 2 on the shot clock for 3. Not able to get it to fall. And finally the rebound cleared here by Lewis University.
Good work by the bench to remind him that that shot clock was ticking down.
Flyers have it back near side. Vanderheit with 3:35 to play. Off to Warden. He tries to split a couple defenders, and foul called as he falls to the floor. This one will be on Whitaker. That'll be his first.
Yeah, he was definitely moving toward potential turnover right there, and you get a little bit of a bailout whistle here as the teams head to the bench.
This will be our final media timeout. Ferris State leads it 79-61. Inside of 4 to go. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on Sunny 97.3.
When you have a business that's been supporting its local community for over 100 years, you strive every day to build on that legacy. Big Rapids Cash and Carry is now Big Rapids Lumber and Hardware. If you're looking for the store in town where the pros like to shop, they're the place. From a local, knowledgeable team behind the counters to a generous selection of lumber and hardware, Big Rapids Lumber and Hardware will help you get it done. And if you're looking for tasteful and elegant kitchen and bath ideas, they're the place to go as well. Local for over a century, Big Rapids Lumber and Hardware, South 3rd Avenue. That's M20 on the east side of town.
It's time to be.
Big Coffee in Big Rapids invites you to come in and say hello to their caramel apple cider. Big B's caramel apple cider is a fall favorite that perfectly blends Big B's signature caramel marble sauce and apple cider, topped with whipped cream, caramel garnish, and cinnamon. Whether you enjoy yours hot, iced, or frozen, this is the perfect fall drink down to the last sip. But it's only here for a limited time only at Big B Coffee in Big Rapids.
It's time to be.
And welcome back, everyone, to Bulldog basketball action. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you as we come out of the final media timeout, a 79-61 Ferris State lead. 3:32 to play here in the second half of action as we wrap this one up here from Wink Arena.
Back to the free throw line are the Lewis Flyers. Let's see if they can cut into this lead with the clock stopped. Just a little over 3.5 minutes to go in regulation, and the first free throw up and down.
Paxton Morton able to knock the first, shooting right at that Ferris State pep band. They provided some good energy here tonight in their home debut for the Bulldogs.
I mentioned earlier that the expanding pep band as the Bulldogs looking to start a marching band here. That is coming soon. Big rebound there by Big Nate Clairbout.
He's got 7 boards to lead the Bulldogs on the glass here again tonight as he continues his solid production here early in the year. Bingham with it over to Hamilton. Hamilton with it, looking for Erickson. Now down low to Bingham on the slip. Had Clairbout on the backside, but had to gather it. Now Ethan off the right side with 9 on the shot clock. Clairbout from the free throw line connects here on the jumper.
7-footer with touch right there, knocking down the shot.
So Nate with a big shot right there. 8 and 7 here. Another impressive game for the big man here for the Bulldogs. Lead back to 19 here at 81-62. Nice cut by Vanderheit. For the lay-in, and pass from Warden leads to a basket.
Ran up behind a Bulldog defender and able to get that basket on the baseline.
2:40 to play here as the Bulldogs will set up the attack. Scott Trost has taken a seat here on the Lewis sideline as he's just trying to get this one finished before the Flyers get on the road. Here comes Hamilton, topside to Hazelton. The Bulldogs need to make a few more plays, though. Here is Hazelton, powers it up and in. There's a big play right there and a chance at a three-point opportunity.
You can see Rob's voice must have been ringing in Reese Hazelton's ear as he worked his way inside and got the basket.
Foul called on Vanderheit. That's his 4th. He'll step out now here for Lewis, and back on will come Kabutska. here for the Flyers, as Hazelton will be at the line here for Ferris State. Reese with 10, he's in double digits, so 4 Bulldogs in double figures. A couple others not too far away here is
that's a tough
this
break.
is going to be, I think, an offensive rebound you could credit here to Clairbout. Kind of knocked it off Kaputska's hands, and he could not track it down.
They finding ways to add to his totals right now.
So Ferris State will get set here as the Bulldogs will keep it here on the baseline. And it will be Hazelton to key it in here for Ferris State, looking for Tyler Hamilton in the corner. Hamilton will pull it out, 17 on the shot clock, 2:20 to go here in the ball game as Ferris State has it. Hazelton off the dribble, inside, gets into the lane, looking underneath, and just kind of not able to get that one through traffic as the
steal.
Bulldogs get it right back, though.
Look out.
And it's a jam from Bingham here for Ferris State on the lob from Erickson.
Boy, you can see that coming, 2-on-1. Bingham running the right lane.
Back up the floor here, Sidnauer inside at 2 minutes left. The lead at 85-64. This shot blocked by Bingham and picked up here by the Bulldogs.
Rockema getting ready to clear the bench here.
So timeout called here for Ferris State as the Bulldogs will substitute here with 1:46 to go in the ball game. Substitutions here for Lewis as well.
This is chaos right now as we get substitution timeout. Rob doing a good job of sorting through everything.
Trying to figure out who's on the floor and who is not. Owen Hardy coming on along with Cole Vickers for Ferris State. Brandon Clairbout, Dono Timms, and Chikasi Ofoma coming on here for the Bulldogs of the new 5 with 1:46 to play. Good work by that unit that just came off again here for the Bulldogs. Dono Timms with it here on the right side, dumps it away to Chikasi, and he powers it up and in.
A little two-man game, Timms and Chikasi.
90 seconds to go as Sidnauer has it on the right side. He'll back it out, working against some former teammates here. Left side of the floor, Kaputska with it. Now we'll hand off here for Lewis with 15 on the shot clock, 1:20 to go here for the Flyers. Kick back out front, Sidnauer will launch the three. This one takes a high bounce, and Dono with the rebound here for Ferris State. As Dono lobs it up here, and the Bulldogs kind of turned it over. Picked up here by the Flyers. Back the other way is Logan, and he's blocked by Owen Hardy here for Ferris State.
Give Brandon Clairbout a lot of credit, Rob, as he came down there and really got in the way and stalled that play and opened it up for Owen, Big O, to block that shot.
1 minute left here in the ball game. 87-64 Bulldogs in what's been a dominant second half here tonight for Ferris State after we were tied at 38 at halftime. Back left side corner, Sidnauer driving baseline, taking it hard and blocked again, but he's going to get the call this time with 50 seconds to go.
Hey, well, Dono's pretty calm. I think he felt like he got a lot of ball as he came over to challenge. But Bulldogs do commit the contact, and that'll get Anthony Sidnauer Jr. back at the free throw line.
So he will be at the stripe here for the Flyers to shoot a pair of free throws as the first one is on the way and good, able to knock the first one home. Lewis going to the bench again as Flyers get a couple more bodies on the floor here for the first time in the ball game. So one more free throw here with 50 seconds to go for Sidnauer, the former Bulldog, as he has a chance to cut into a 22-point Ferris State lead. Second try up and good as he reaches double figures here tonight with 10.
He'll get a break. Solid game by the former Bulldog coming in there.
Dono Timms with it here as Ferris State has the clock moving here in the backcourt. Working it across the timeline, able to keep his dribble alive here for the Bulldogs. Out wide here as the double screen comes back to the near side, splits the defense, drives and kicks. Cole Vickers now on the baseline, dumps it inside to Owen Hardy, and he throws one down as well for the Bulldogs.
Great finish, Big O with the big dunk.
Back the other way here as they move it inside. 23 seconds left. Dono playing the defense. The Bulldogs give up the penetration. Back left side corner, though. Flyers not able to get the shot away, and Hardy with another block shot here. Offensive board, though, here for Lewis. Inside out, a three from Cosby on the way is no good. Rebound tipped around, and Cole Vickers with the rebound, and it looks like that's going to do it. 89-66, huge second half here for the Bulldogs to move to 4-1 on the year.
Yeah, strong second half performance, dominant second half performance by the Bulldogs as they turned a tie game, an evenly played first half game into a dominant win.
Ferris State with the victory here tonight, as the Bulldogs get a big regional win over the Lewis Flyers. Their third straight win here at home, fourth straight victory overall for head coach Andy Brockema and the Bulldogs.
Yeah, just a great job, Coach Brockema. Don't know what the halftime speech was, but the Bulldogs certainly responded, and just a great performance by the Bulldogs, and a lot of love for former teammate Anthony Sidnor Jr.
Ferris State gets the win here tonight as the Bulldogs defeat Lewis University. We'll take a 2-minute break. Back with the Johnson Automotive postgame show and the Preferred Office Machines postgame show after this timeout right here on Sunny 97.3.
Stuck between identities, Douglas Quaid must solve the one mystery that has come to define him.
Who am I? And why does my truck's brake sound louder than a Westinghouse M27 phase plasma pulse rifle?
Fortunately, his answers would come from a familiar ally.
Of course, Johnson's Automotive. Committed and honest quality work. They fix foreign cars too.
But the race was on.
You think you can beat me? I am the law.
Johnson's Automotive, now showing off Northland Drive, just north of Big Rapids, and always online at johnsonsautopr.com.
Planning a special event soon, like an open house or wedding? Don't worry. Three Girls Deli Baker and Catering can help ease the stress.
Our award-winning catering menu at Three Girls has everything from breakfast, a budget menu, a la carte, appetizers, a taco bar, desserts, and so much more to choose from.
Whether you're feeding 10 or 600 people, we can help make your event both delicious and something people will talk about for years.
Stop in to see us at Three Girls Deli, Bakery, and Catering in downtown Big Rapids, 106 North Michigan Avenue to discuss your catering needs.
You're driving along. Then all of a sudden, there's a rock that shoots up from the truck in front of you, smacks your windshield right in front of your face. Whoa, that was close. Fortunately, Michigan ADAS Calibrations and Glass offers a fast and effective service, complete with full camera calibration, so that chip, crack, spider, let's just say windshield malfunction is just a minor inconvenience and not something more catastrophic.
Truck tire.
Trust the experts at Michigan ADAS Calibrations and Glass. Visit MichiganADAS.com to schedule your appointment.
It's time now for the Ferris State Bulldog postgame show. Brought to you by Preferred Office Machines at 215 North Michigan Avenue in downtown Big Rapids. Your source for all of your printing needs and more is Preferred Office Machines. They offer many services like 15-cent black copies, along with color copies, business cards, resumes, typing, laminating, and more with the latest technology from Xerox. That's Preferred Office Machines, 215 North Michigan Avenue, downtown Big Rapids. Stop by or call John Milan, your local authorized Xerox sales agent at 796-8080.
For equipment, supplies, and service you like best, Preferred Office Machines. Preferred Office Machines.
And welcome back, everyone, to Ferris State basketball coverage from courtside here at Wink Arena. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you, joined by the head coach of the Bulldogs, Andy Brockema, after an 89-66 win over Lewis. And Coach, got to be really pleased with the way your guys played, especially here in the second half.
Yeah, I think we came out of the game really well, and then maybe relaxed a little bit, but credit to Lewis because they just came punching back. And that first half was back and forth, going in the locker room tied. Just wanted to, clean up a few things and try to keep wearing on them. And second half, thought our press was really good, and our energy in it was spectacular. So anything you want to do with that type of energy, all right, and focus, it has a good chance of working. So it was really the energy and focus of the whole group in the second half, because we're subbing guys in and out, and everybody's contributing with a play here or there. We're moving on from mistakes pretty well, and I thought our focus and energy in the second half was it was pretty impressive.
Obviously, I had to knock down some shots as well, and you guys were able to do that, knocking down 12 threes here in the ballgame. Wasn't just Ethan here tonight. Jackson had a couple big shots for you. Tyler Hamilton came in, had a couple big shots for you, so kind of able to spread the ball around and get some guys some open looks.
Well, those guys, they can shoot the ball, and they work on it a lot. So the ball is going to find them in the right spots, hopefully within our motion offense. Every once in a while we can call something to hopefully get it to them. But, teams are also geared up to stop these guys. So it's really just working together as a team and trying to get multiple pass possessions, move the ball, get pieces of the paint, and take quality shots. And overall, obviously we were able to do that and shot a high percentage today. But the credit goes to the players, man. And it's a surprise when it doesn't go in when their feet are set, right? Because that's the type of faith in the players that we have. We see them do it all the time, and we think the world of our guys. and just like any coach should. But we expect them to knock it down because we think they're great.
Maybe talk about the job your guys did defensively, especially in that second half, to kind of really limit them here in the second half of play. You look at their percentage, 32% in the second half and 0 for 7 from the arc.
Yeah, I just think our one-on-one defense is a little bit better, getting through all their zoom actions and their dribble handoffs with a little bit more intensity and some better angles. Let the roll man get below us a couple times, but, it's a game of mistakes, so you're going to make a few. But, man, if you make them 100 miles an hour, really getting after it, good things happen. So our energy was good. So the defense, therefore, was good because of that. But, it was really the press in the second half. The zone was pretty effective in the first half. We didn't have to go back to it. It was in our back pocket if we needed to. But, guys really settled into guarding their man and then also playing in the team concept.
What's it been like being able to continue this series against Lewis, a team that is going to come in and certainly play hard and really challenge you guys?
Yeah, I say Lewis and Findlay, and there's a lot, and Ashland since they left, a few other schools. We played a lot of times, but this is an every year thing, and believe me, they've got us a few times too. I bet you the series is pretty even, and I appreciate Coach, and he's a veteran coach, and I think it might have been my first game of my career I coached down there, and he whooped us. So my parents have a picture of that game in their house, and every time I go home I have to think about that loss. So there you go. There's one of them that they got. But it's been a great series, and appreciate them playing. And it's a good location, and I think they'd be a great GLIAC team.
I know, obviously, you played 3 regional games here in a short time span, and now another big one coming up on the road as you travel to McKendree, another good team here on Saturday night. Yep,
McKendree got us last year, and their offensive half-court system's hard to guard. They really share the ball. It's a good team, well-coached team, and we're going to be traveling on the road to try to get our first road victory. We got the neutral site in Texas, but we haven't got a road victory yet. So we'll be hungry for that, give it everything we got, and, come back home and try to keep getting better.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck and congrats again here on the win tonight.
Appreciate it, Robert. Thanks.
We'll be back with more of the Preferred Office Machines postgame show in 60 seconds here on Sunny 97.3.
For equipment, supplies, and service you like best, Preferred Office Machines. Preferred Office Machines. Name brands you can count on, and a well-trained company for consistency and reliability. You can afford the quality. For equipment, supplies, and service you like best, Preferred Office Machines. Preferred Office Machines.
You're more than a student at Ferris State, you're a bulldog. Hey, this is Bill Pink, president of Ferris State University. And whether you're conquering challenges in the classroom or dominating the field as one of our national champions, being a bulldog means never letting go of your goals. Whether you're a future business leader, a healthcare hero, an esports innovator, or have your sights set on another extraordinary path, at Ferris State, you'll accelerate your life forward at the speed of industry. So unleash the bulldog in you at Ferris State University. Apply now at ferris.edu.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Preferred Office Machines post-game show. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you after an 89-66 win tonight for Ferris State. The Bulldogs move to 4-1 on the year as they defeat the Lewis Flyers, who dropped to 2-1 overall after this regional contest here tonight. Leading scorer for the Bulldogs, Ethan Erickson, had 18 points to pace Ferris State tonight. Dang Rang with 11 points here in the starting lineup. 10 points apiece for Reese Hazelton and Tyler Hamilton. 8 points for Jackson Whitaker, 8 points for Donovan Brown Boyd, 8 points and 9 rebounds for Ferris State's Nate Clairmouth. The Bulldogs got 4 points apiece from both Kenny Turner and Jimmy Scholler, 2 points apiece for Owen Hardy, Chikasi Ofoma, both late in the ballgame here for Ferris State. Another balanced effort here for the Bulldogs and some great production from all those guys, especially in that 10-player rotation that went most of the way.
Yeah, Bulldogs went pretty deep into that rotation, and again, we talked about it during the broadcast. Coach Bronkema feels very confident going to his bench with guys that are coming in that play different roles, allow us to play different tempos, allow us to do different things defensively. And so we were able to cause Lewis some trouble in the second half with the way that the Bulldogs came in and approached things defensively and then really started to get things going again offensively.
It was tied at 38 at halftime. The Bulldogs outscored the Flyers 51-28 in the second half. I just mentioned it with Coach Bronkema. You look at the percentage in the second half. Lewis shot 32%, 0 for 7 from the three-point line in the second half of play. play, so the Bulldogs really kind of shut them down defensively in that second half.
Yeah, they did. I really loved the way the Bulldogs stepped up, and it started really on the perimeter, keeping guys in front. It started with rotations, helping guys that needed it. And then on the back end, we had guys getting shot blocks, and that was great. And even when we did not get shot blocks, we were bothering shots. We were intimidating shots, and that's as good as a shot block. So great job all around defensively by the Bulldogs, particularly in the second half.
Of course, Ferris State 9 block shots, 6 steals on the defensive end. You look at the offensive end, Ferris State shot 55% overall, knocked down 12 threes, 12 of 25 at 48%. Mentioned it was kind of a difference in guys. It wasn't just Ethan Erickson here tonight, although he had 4, 2 apiece for Tyler Hamilton and Jackson Whitaker, 2 for Donovan Brown Boyd as well. You look at Ethan's numbers, 18 points, 4 of 7 from the three-point line, but the thing that really stands out, 7 assists. When your best player, maybe your leading scorer, is also your leader in assists, that really speaks to some good things that can happen.
Yeah, what Ethan is doing, when he's getting that pressure, first of all, he's improved his ball handling. He's improved his ability to handle the ball against pressure, and he doesn't have to force shots. He can dish it to teammates, and that's a great number, assist-wise. And, for him, it's a solid day at the office in terms of scoring. He could have done a little bit more than that if he wanted to, but just a great job there by Ethan, a good all-around game. I also saw some things defensively that I thought Ethan Erickson was doing as well, so just a really solid all-around game.
Lewis led by Rob Stroud with 17 points, 10 apiece for Anthony Sidnauer, the former Bulldog, and 10 for Destin Logan here for the Lewis Flyers. The Bulldogs get the win here tonight, now 4-1 on the year, 4-game winning streak. 3 of them here at home, so wrapping up this homestand with 3 big wins, all regional games, Northwood, Lake Erie, and here tonight against Lewis.
Yeah, just huge wins. And, again, it's early in the season, and you wonder how much these games really matter. They do, and these are big games, and the Bulldogs have one coming up on the road that's going to be big as well. But, boy, you love protecting your home floor. You love getting wins that way, and I think that's what the Bulldogs have done so far, and excited to see how they do on the road.
Of course, Ferris State will be on the road on Saturday night against McKendree. We will not have coverage of that, of course, due to Ferris State football. Senior Day on Saturday. We'll have the Bulldog football matchup against Davenport University, the Calder City Classic. Trophies on the line on Saturday afternoon, a noon pregame show with kickoff at 1 o'clock. Of course, Brody Kaiser will be on the road with Ferris State hockey, traveling to Sault Ste. Marie on Friday night, 7:07 p.m. puck drop. Pregame coverage at 6:30 from Taffy Abel Ice Arena. He'll have game 2 of our doubleheader on Saturday as he travels to Traverse City for the Superior Ice Showdown against Lake Superior State. That's a 6:07 start on Saturday night up at Traverse City at the Traverse City Ice Arena. Pregame coverage at 5:30. Of course, we'll be back here on Saturday night for Ferris State women's basketball. That broadcast online only as the Bulldogs on the Bulldogs Sports Network will play host to Great Lakes Christian in what will be a 7 o'clock start here on Saturday night. First women's home game. Looking forward to watching them play. They're off to a 3-1 start. So both Bulldog basketball teams going to the Elite Eight last year. Both lost some key pieces, some veteran players from those two teams, but both appear to be in pretty good shape right now and off to great starts this year.
Yeah, for anybody that had any questions about how our Elite Eight basketball teams were going to bounce back this year, it's still early, but boy, they look good. It looks like they've reloaded, and some players that were on the roster last year that maybe had limited roles. I could think of, for the women's team, Mia Riley's off to a big start, and her role was a little bit limited last year, but she's playing really well early. And then you look at Nate Clairbout. He has really exploded this year for the Bulldog men's basketball team. So looking like a big year of Bulldog men's and women's basketball.
Big thanks goes out to all of our advertising partners for helping make this broadcast possible. Thanks to Steve Masters at the Sunny 97.3 studios. Thanks as well to our game day operations crew, our athletic staff, and communications team here at Ferris State University. Big thanks to the president of Ferris State University, Dr. Bill Pink, athletic director Steve Brocklebank, and the entire crew and administration here in Bulldog Athletics. An 89-66 win here for Ferris State. A lot of fun, and looking forward to watching this team play. Of course, next home action for Bulldog men's basketball, November 23rd against the Findlay Oilers. The slate not going to get any easier here before GLIAC play starts. Hard to believe the first week of December.
Well, you know what? We've seen enough Ferris State Findlay games to know that you can expect that to be a good win. And, of course, the women are going to be playing Ashland, and we've seen enough of those games. Unfortunately, we missed the one last year, but, those are going to be some really, really good battles. And so I tell you what, it's a great time of the year, and, what's even better is that we're extending football season, and I'm really excited about that and keeping football season going as long as possible.
Of course, our next broadcast of Bulldog basketball will be women's basketball Saturday night, of course, online only, but the next broadcast here on Sunny 97.3 will be a week from tonight when the Northwood Timberwolves come here to face the women's basketball team in another regional matchup. That a 5:30 start with pregame coverage, I believe, at 5 o'clock or so next Wednesday night. Big things to come with Bulldog volleyball, Bulldog football, both number one in the nation and eyeing postseason play. So stay tuned to FerrisStateBulldogs.com for all the updates. Of course, we'll keep you updated when we're on the air as well. Great time of the year with those fall sports, especially those two teams we just referenced, hoping for some deep postseason runs, and yet you got some winter sports that are off to fantastic starts.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we're having our cake and eating it too, because we're having some great fall seasons that are continuing. And yet, our winter seasons, we had a banner year winter season-wise last year, and, boy, it looks like we got a chance to do something special again this year. And so, boy, it's always a great time to be a Bulldog, but, boy, it just seems a little extra special right now.
That'll do it for the Preferred Office Machines post-game show and all the coverage of Ferris State basketball tonight. From here inside Jim Wick Arena, from my partner Sandy Golston, Rob Bentley with you. Final score, it was Ferris State defeating the Lewis Flyers 89-66. This has been Bulldog basketball right here on the Bulldog Sports Network, Flow Sports, and Sunny 97.3.
Thanks, guys.